I'm good.
Oh, what's up, man? Y'all ready to do a real live podcast? Now, what are you here trying to promote today?
So I have a event coming up. It is me and another friend of mine, Keisha Marie of My Life Investments.
Mm-hmm.
And what we are doing is we are holding a workshop for young ladies ages 13 to 23.
Okay. What they doing?
So there's going to be a peer relationship workshop where basically we're just going to teach about how to make sure, because I've always felt like black girls don't like black girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of, and I don't know if I can I say this, but like I feel like when a black woman meets a white woman, she like, "Hi, how you doing?" But when she meets another black woman, it's like they give this look. So I always introduce myself and let people know, let other black women know that I'm a friendly bitch. Like I'm gonna say hi to you. Might give you a hug and things like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
do think that in our community, that's kind of taboo for two females that don't know each other to get along right off the jump.
Yeah.
First, it got to be like we
Is
supposed
there
to
a
like
reason for
her.
that?
I think it has a lot to do with the competition of maybe wanting men attention or wanting your own spotlight. I'm not really sure. I've never felt that towards another female, so I can't.
Do you feel like that women act like that toward you?
Yes,
And give
I've
me
always
an
had that.
idea of like what's something that they do more than just a look.
Well, I know, like in my younger years, of course, I was all the way stacked and all that, but but at that time when I would come into a room, I had a woman who me and her ended up developing a 23-year relationship as friends. But when she first met me, she told a friend, the person who I met her through, she said, "Don't bring that bitch over my house because she just looked like the type that might mess with somebody man." And I've never been that type.
Mm-hmm.
But because of what I looked like and me being so young and her understanding that maybe her man might be attracted, that's how she came off. A lot of women have treated me like that over the years.
So, what is it about white women? Do you think that black men are more attracted to white women than black women?
I don't think that black men are more attracted
No,
to.
not at all.
Yeah, I don't think that. Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
All right. So, that means that you're not threatened. Black women aren't threatened by white women.
I'm not going to say that there aren't black women that are threatened by white women. I'm going to say that I'm not a black woman who was threatened by white women. And I know that black women who understand themselves and know their power, like, I don't have a reason because you want this ass, you want these lips, you wish you could look like, have my skin color 365. Like I don't have no, and I've actually had white women who I am, friends with come and tell me like what they say. She said, y'all just know. I was like, what do we just know? She's like, I don't know what it is. Y'all just know. Exactly what she did. She said, and look,
Do you think she was mocking you?
I don't think that she was necessarily mocking me because then this is like,
Sounds mockish.
but
No.
this is to me, this is in
Maybe what she did.
2019. This is 2019, right? So flip forward to 2023. Now, the place I work, I am the only African American woman. There's white women that work in a position of HR. You typically don't see black women. So I am black HR, hire people or whatever. There's no other black woman in my position. For the place I work, there's no other black person in management, period, except me.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had them tell me the same thing. Like they just feel like there's a strength, there's a power. When she said that y'all just know, I didn't feel it as she was mocking me. I felt like she understood my power and her fragility.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because I do just know.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. The reason I guess some of my questioning is because I do hear a lot of like sometimes if a black man does date a white woman,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like that is a negative mark on him.
It is for me.
Right. And so tell me some of the feelings that you have about that.
Um, I mean, just surface level. It just don't look good. Surface level.
I can't
But then
really
a
speak
deeper,
to it.
but on a deeper level, as a black woman in society where you're told how to be, or sometimes you don't feel protected,
Mm-hmm.
and then you are with this white woman raising her children. Like, I feel when I see a black man, I feel protected. So for me, when I see you with somebody from the, and it don't even have to be just white.
Mm-hmm.
When I see you with somebody from the opposite race, I mean from a different race, I feel like
Do you feel
something
the
is
same?
taken from me.
What about you made me think of the question of what about if it's not a white woman but it's like a Puerto Rican? Do you still feel the same
No,
level of it's you don't mind that as much?
not as much because Puerto Rican is black. It's black.
Rican is
There's black Puerto Ricans like they
What
get the
about
same.
say Chinese?
No, if
Chinese, what do you mean? Nope.
so,
Original.
if you, to me that bother me too.
That'll
If you were
bother
Chinese.
you too.
Only person
really as much as white. So what about
because I don't think Chinese people in America.
like black people that much?
I just think they are more in tune to white people than black people. If they had to choose,
What makes a black man be interested in a white?
Why are you pointing at me?
'Cause you're a black
self-hatred.
man. You're a black man. I mean, I'm asking you.
Surface level, I'm gonna say I don't think that all black men who date white women are rejecting black women. I think sometimes people just like who they like, and they also date who they have close proximity to.
Yeah.
So if I am a person whose children go to a predominantly white school, how can I be mad if my black son dates a white girl
Right.
when that's who they're around all the
I think
time?
there's multiple reasons stuff.
Yeah,
You know
so-
what I'm saying?
It's
Because
definitely multiple reasons. I
I
have a
do too.
biracial daughter.
wait, you dated a white man before?
Yes, my daughter's 13, living alive and getting on my damn nerves.
Like from a white man, white man?
Yes, white
Oh
man, like German. Yes, white man, white man. White, like, blonde hair, blue eyes, whole family white. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. She's beautiful too.
Right. No doubt.
Well, I think the product is always
So-
beautiful when we're involved, but
Well,
Are
it was
make
always
are
gonna be
are
beautiful.
biracial
Absolutely.
children better looking than just
No.
black?
So wait,
people?
hold up, wait a minute. What made you date this white man? What was up?
Well, this is the thing. I do think it has a lot to do in regards to the proximity. For me, at the time when I met him, it was more so like trying something different as a young woman. But the man who I was in a relationship with, all his friends were black. He had a son. He has a son. His son is black. He's never dated a white woman. So it's like when you're in the hood per se, and then you got a white boy who in the hood, is he off limits because he's white? Because he's going to talk like us because that's how he grew up. He's going to walk like us because that's how he grew up. He's going to be everything like us, but he's going to be a different complexion. And from my understanding, a mammal is either going to be white like white people are, or light, or they're going to be brown, or black like the color black. Because those are the only three pigmentation that any mammal skin could ever be. I don't look at
Did you
it.
say that you lose respect for black men when they date white women? Now?
No.
she didn't say that. I said
You
that.
did that. You said that.
No, I don't lose respect for it because what's for me is for me, and what's not for me is not for me. So I'm not gonna get mad if this black man go find love with a white woman. I don't know. It doesn't mean that it's taking anything from me because what is for me is for me.
So what about if there was? What about? Do you feel
If it's
if
love,
if a black man
I agree with you.
leaves
If it's-
if a black man
It's love.
Yeah.
isn't
Sometimes
it
white
a little
women
less
want
is
that.
is it a little less egregious for a sister to go with a white man than for a black man to go with a white woman?
I don't think that.
Do you find anger when you see a black woman
I,
with a
I
white
guess
man?
I need to rephrase. This is what I feel when I see interracial people dating.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that, especially black people in America. Now I can't talk about the rest of the world, but how we are in America and how we are viewed in America, and the things that we are exposed to and go through, and the kind of strength that we have to have as black people in America. I feel like the only person that can understand you without me talking is somebody from my race.
I agree with that.
And so for me, I guess I shouldn't have said that I get angry. Love is love. But I think at the end of the day, in your most intimate moment, like even during the whole COVID, when you were seeing Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, and I think as a black male or female coming home to a black male or female, what's understood didn't need to be said. Like I just see the agony in your face, and like I just understand. Like I don't have to come home and explain if I get pulled over by the police. I don't have to explain none of that. I'm not gonna sit here and accost you and say, well, what did you do? Well, how did you talk to them? Or what, to try to make an excuse as to why my feelings are.
It's deep. Do you see any difference in the temperament of the white man that you dated and the black man that you date?
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you, and that was where the issue was, is because it didn't feel like home. So that is where the difference was.
Oh, so what was the temperament of the
I
white man?
remember a time we got pulled over by the police
Mm-hmm.
because he was speeding. And as he's speeding, the cop came to the window, and I ain't never seen this before in my life, y'all. But the police officer was very nice to him. Asked him for his ID. He shoved the ID. He cussed the police officer out. He snatched the ticket, flipped out. I mean, completely flipped out. I've never seen this man act like this, but he flipped out, and I have never seen a man act like that with a police officer. But with the person who I was with at the time, him being white, I saw that. So it was definitely a change in temperament.
But I'm talking about compared to a black man's
How he
temperament.
treats her.
Yeah, how
that
does
what-
does the
that
white
was
man
the
treat
issue.
you better than what a black man treats you?
I would say this. That was the issue because the truth of the matter was, yes.
He treats you better.
Yes.
Like just with more respect and dignity.
Definitely more respect. I feel like dating a white man who has that compassion or the empathy for the African American struggle, let me say that. He respected my blackness before I did, I guess, at some point. Because, of course, I was young and I was just black. But for him, it was a little bit more than that to love me.
Mm. Do you think that white women equally treat black men like that when they get in those relationships with them? And that's kind of like what keeps the black man, like once he goes to white women, like it seems like when a black man goes with a white woman, they keep the family together better.
Once you go black, you never come back.
Once you go black, you never come back. But once the black man goes white,
He ain't right.
he said he ain't right.
I think that
Nah, he gonna
He
stay there. He gonna stay there for life.
Black men was not quiet about me dating white men. Like
But
how it's
wasn't
always put out there.
The black man wasn't quiet.
that-
saying they had a black man had an issue with it.
Yes, and they said something on a regular basis. It's not just black
To
women.
your face.
Yes, come on now, sister. You really gonna do us like that?
Well, he was never in front of your daughter's dad.
Listen, no, never in front of my daughter, but in front of him, Yes, like we went to a club, and
I'm
I
sure it
told
was
you
in front of him.
he was my most of his friends and people that he knew are African American. They black too. So when we would go to a club or something, there'd be a guy walk up to me, and he like one time a guy was talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, you know, somebody I knew, and then here he come with the drinks. But see, he wasn't like a punk neither. So it was like, excuse me, partner, you didn't have enough time with my woman, and we walked off.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't like.
I think that-
I don't think that. I don't. I guess I don't care what somebody does. To be honest, like I don't have enough time to consider what somebody else is doing with their life in order for me to be angry about it.
Well, at the end of the day, happiness is happiness. You know what I'm saying? I have a problem with you saying, rejecting the black woman and
Right.
saying, that's why I'm dating a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, love is love, right? If you are just, I don't know, somebody introduced you to this chick, y'all vibing, y'all get together, it is what it is. But when somebody says, I'm with this different race because
My race is too
whatever, whether it's the man or the woman,
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with that. And I think, though, sometimes those people go to different races because the traumatic experiences that we experience as that black people in America sometimes is overwhelming.
What about if somebody is in a relationship with a black woman and they do them wrong? They're always arguing with them, always fussing, always just complaining.
Every woman I know is married to a white man. Every woman I know, every black woman I know is married to a white man.
Really? Where?
I'm dead
Where
serious.
is you from? South Africa?
No. I'm just being honest with you.
Every black
I don't
woman
know
you
no black
is
woman married to a
Where-
white
What
woman.
circle
Not
are
yet.
you in?
Huh?
Right now?
Yes, right now as we speak.
I don't know.
Are you married to a white man
I'm
right
not
now?
married at all. I'm not even dating.
Would you date a black man?
I do date black men.
Why you ask her that?
I'm asking her.
That's what she just
It's a
said.
good
Every woman
question.
she knows is married to a white man.
Every woman,
Every black woman. How
I
many
know
do you
that
know?
is married. I
Is
could say
married to
probably
a
like
So you don't know any
Did
black
y'all,
women
like,
married
did
to
you-
black men?
No,
Wow.
no.
That's interesting. How many people you know who are married?
I know 5,
Wow. That's a significant number.
and none of them are married to black men.
And they're tired. Dang. So why
What?
why you thinking that we taking over and taking out the white women? It's a reversal of the game. The white
Because
women.
I'm gonna give y'all an
So
example.
you're trying to
Hey,
you don't
back
like
door
that? You
us.
think what you trying to say about us? You just
I'm not
Back
gonna
She been saying that.
I'm telling
Oh,
you.
you full
No,
on
but
board
wait
now.
a minute. Wait a minute.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that's what she's saying. She faces.
Because me personally, let me explain something to you now.
I'm cut off. Hold on.
This
Let
is
me-
what I
let me
want y'all-
in the
I'm
camera.
wondering.
This is what I want y'all to fully understand, right? One day I made a post on social media, right? And I asked the question, what do you do with a black woman who has this, this, and this? You know, the black men, they was like, oh, she too independent, she did, she
What
did,
is this, and this?
When a woman is, it was just like different things. Like she could take care of herself. She don't feel like she needs you. She's a
Look at my girl over there. She ready to go get her a white
Right.
man now.
But listen, though, when I asked that question,
Hold on. Let's hear what she said.
the question
Okay.
was posed to black men, and they had different things certain things that they did not like. The white man said, "You marry her, or make her the CEO of your company." And then when I go and I look at the IRS, and then you find out that the IRS is ran by black women. Like most of these businesses, these major corporations are ran by black women, but most of those black women have white men.
Right. Because they stealing our talent.
Who's stealing the talent?
The white man.
I mean, this
Feeling it,
goes.
though.
Do you think that?
I think we're
What-
rejected
what-
so
what-
much that what do y'all want us to
They
do?
taking
What
it.
is-
They ain't
No,
stealing
they
it.
All right,
take
so
what's for the
so
picking.
I think an
Right, they
obvious
take it.
obvious question to ask now is if we consider slavery times,
Mhm.
all right, and how that the white slave masters was always interested in the black women,
Mhm.
and they could break away from their white,
And vice versa.
and then when it was really time for them to have some fun, they would go and find the black woman.
Mhm.
So do you think that some of that is inherent in the white people today, that they are going to look to our black women for what they can't get from their white women. Did I say that right?
Yes.
What they can't get from their white woman, which is that juice, sweet, warm, black.
No, it ain't juice, sweet, warm, black. What it is if there's a lot of white men, and if y'all watching the show, y'all white men, y'all know that the reason why you married that white woman is because it fit into your society and into your life, and you have made, a confession at one point or another that you wish you could have married a black woman, but your family would have got mad, your career would have went a totally different way at the time that you felt like it was, and in the season that we live in now, it's okay to marry a black woman without being ostracized. But when you got married, it wasn't.
I kind of agree with
I've been told
Havada.
that. I've been told that by a white man who's a lawyer who said, I have always wanted a black woman. The reason why I did not marry one is because of what my family would have thought and also how it would have affected my career.
I think black women are better than all the other women out there. And I think the whole world knows this. And I think the whole world would rather have a black woman than their own woman.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't, like what she's saying. So
I
think the black man...
Why can't they? Why?
Because they would be ostracized. It's like, because it's a race thing.
If a black woman is such a high commodity, then what is the ostracization of the person for actually getting this
because
prize?
the stigma that's put on black people.
Right. That's exactly what it is. Because if I'm a powerful white man and I marry a black woman, regardless of
the
her
other
power,
powerful white men would understand why you did it if they all truly want this.
Well,
as a
with
prized
their wives,
possession.
But with their mother,
Right, and with their wives.
their sisters.
They
You know what I'm
wouldn't have a
saying?
wife. Their wife would be black.
No, I'm talking about the other white men that this white man has to go around and take this black
Girl.
woman
Is
around.
those other white women gonna accept
These
her?
white women are not going to accept her.
because you're also dealing with a race who feel like they are eventually going to be extinct.
By black women. Black
Mixed-
women going to put them out of business.
Black women been putting them out of business because we already like doing our thing when it comes to the economy. That's why they hire us.
I think they're shooting themselves in the foot by messing with our women. That's going to make them more extinct faster.
Because our kids are still black.
Mm.
My daughter's hair is still nappy.
So what happened in the relationship with you and him?
It was a sense of, at the time, I think it was like 22, 23, 24. It was a sense of not feeling.
What you mean? That's how old y'all were?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a sense of not feeling like we was talking about HBCs and, HBCUs, and he didn't know what that was. He didn't even know that existed. And it was like, what? Because I went to Central State, and I'm talking, he's like, there's all black colleges? Yeah. And just little things like that made me like, mm-mm. And
Really?
Then,
Well, why couldn't you just inform him?
because I was 22, 23 years old.
And because do you want to sit there and explain yourself to your man all day, every day?
I mean, there's
All
things
the
that
little
he would
black
have
stuff.
to explain to her about.
I mean, I know the
He
information.
could explain to her about Julius Caesar and Adolf Hitler.
No, she doesn't have to
That
because
he was German.
She read about it.
you don't have to explain the dominant culture's history because you learn about it.
I mean, she may or may not
No,
know about all the ins and outs of East
Not
Germany,
all of it,
West Germany, the Berlin Wall, all of the
Oh,
things
'cause he
that's a
was
part
German.
of his culture.
Right.
Like, he could explain those things to you.
He
Like,
could have.
yeah. I mean, but y'all broke up for whatever reason that y'all broke up. So,
It was petty.
right.
You
But
think
have
now
you
if you
dated
dated
another-
him, it would be different?
Have you dated another white man since?
I have been on dates with white men since. I have not dated a white man since. Am I open to dating a white man? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What-
Are you open?
No, but I do know people who have had that happen in their marriages. Not necessarily a nigga, but just like, it's your culture.
Nigga.
That's what I said.
No. I
That's
want
all
the
I said.
actual argument, knockdown, drag out
That's what I'm talking
argument, and
That's at
it
the
just
end of
come
the
out.
about. No, you lazy. You lazy and your kids is lazy. But that's because it's your culture.
That's a nigga.
They say that.
A husband told a wife.
Yeah. But
But what?
You said it.
You know me. You know me. I ain't that no. We ain't lazy. That's one thing you cannot put on us.
You can't
Now when
put
we
on
built
that-
all this,
Right, exactly.
What
Like,
if you
Fucking
say some
major
stuff like you
leagues
baloney
on
and
my
your
eye and shit.
red dog?
that's how it came back. That's how it came back.
What you
now.
say?
She wasn't no slow. That wasn't me. They were saying it too.
but that's
But
to
did
me
she
when it
stay
gets.
with him after that, or is that a
No,
divorceable argument?
To me, that's a divorceable argument.
Is it?
But to me,
Really?
you knew that before you got married.
To
You don't think
divorce
so?
over something
I
like
know.
that is an
Yes,
argument.
it is. That's right. That's bruh. You don't love me.
Yeah.
You just have a
Now,
fantasy
come
about
on
being with a
now.
black woman. You can't
Are
love me
you
if you're calling
serious?
my people.
Divorce over that be nuts.
Yes.
Divorce because he said you lazy. That's your culture.
Yeah, he basically saying that's because you black.
Yeah,
What?
but
No, right?
you can say I'm lazy because I just
Because I am, but don't put that on my culture.
Don't blame that on. Don't call all of my people
Talking
lazy.
shit.
Nah,
You just
you
call
could.
all
Nah,
of us
bruh.
lazy,
But
though?
what about? Man,
Nah,
yes,
nah.
he was
Like,
pissed off.
nah,
He was mad
nah.
about some
No.
shit.
Well, that your true colors come out when you're mad or drunk. You can't.
Yes.
You don't censor yourself.
and if
So
that's
that's.
how you tell,
That's how you.
Y'all have
really
never
feel.
been. Have y'all ever been in a real relationship?
Yes, I was married for 15
And
years.
have you ever gotten into a knockdown, drag out argument
No,
with
not
your
me.
person?
Certain things
No,
you just
There's
don't
no
say
thing. Yes, it
to
is. No, it's
your
not.
significant other.
No, it's not.
this is my
For real?
thing. Is
That's
that
probably why
this-
you ain't with her no more.
But this is
No,
my
no.
thing. It's like
I'm just
there's
saying,
white
like,
women who are
it's
out here
certain
who
shit is
are
just
with
petty.
black
Like, that's
men,
just an
and they
argument, bro.
say the word nigga. They say it nigga all the time. I personally feel like, because I do know some white women that love their black men the way they're supposed to, and I feel like that's black love. I don't care what nobody says.
Is that worshiping?
No, I feel. What you mean worshiping? If you give me a black man right now,
To
I'ma
never
worship
say
him too.
nothing?
No, they don't say nigga.
She's saying the white girl don't say the N word.
Are they allowed
But there
to?
are
So,
one- there
are they
are the
allowed to
ones
say
that
the
do.
N word?
No.
I'm saying,
I feel
are
like-
they allowed to say the word, the N word? I mean, can they be like, somebody said the N word at work? Can they come and say that? Not, they can't. Listen to me. I'm not trying to saying.
That's why I
They're
wouldn't
not-
date
they're
out my
not-
race. It's too many
Listen,
rules. I ain't got time for
they're
that.
not paraphrasing.
I ain't got time to be watching your words and
They're
seeing
not-
if you have microaggressions
They're
and
not.
little
Listen,
innuendos.
no,
and,
I'm asking
It ain't
you.
even that.
Are they
Like-
allowed to use the terminology, the
Nah.
N word? Not saying the word nigga, but are they allowed to say the N word?
keep your
They
work
can
business
say-
to your work.
But this is
I'm
my thing.
Can they say it?
If you're dating somebody who is fat, right? Like, say he's fat, he or she's fat, and they feel super self-conscious about it. To bring that up, and you know that will hurt them, is not something that you want to do when you love them.
Right.
So if you are a white woman and you understand the word nigga and nigger, and if you love your black man, or you're a white man who love your black woman, you're not gonna even dare say no shit like that.
So if you had a fat wife and y'all got into an argument, would you call her fat?
And sloppy and all that.
Yeah.
You would do all
And
that?
do what? What did
Call
you
her
add
fat,
to it?
sloppy, all that? You would go in on her?
On her fatness. Just because you
You
mad.
Dang, you gotta think about it.
Wait a
No,
minute.
like, I'm
Stop it
finding
though.
it.
Wait a minute now.
I'm
I'm
finding
telling you guys something. If we had that dynamic in our relationship, if I knew that type of shit was off limits, then maybe not. But if when she got mad, she'd be like, "You just whatever you da 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 da." She say some fucked up shit or talk bad about my mom or something.
I can't be with- I
You
can't.
big fat ass motherfucking hamburger, fucking fat ass hamburger.
No,
Goddamn,
I'm good.
eating
For me,
bitch.
I can't be with somebody who our arguments go there.
Fuck you.
We're not gonna be together because that means I can't even lay up with you and share my intimate moments with you. I can't even trust you with my. Nah, I'm good.
Wait a minute.
I've never been in that kind of relationship,
So you,
and I couldn't.
What I'm
'Cause I
saying
can't
is-
trust you
It
now.
happens once or twice.
Don't say some shit
No,
like that. You
once
couldn't
or
even get out the
twice,
bed
once
this
is
morning.
Once is enough. After that once, the second one I'm out.
divorcing. I'm out. Fuck this. We're
No,
separating
not
with our
necessarily
kids and
divorcing.
everything.
But we
If
ain't
you
getting
are, if I cannot trust you with my insecurities and my feelings and all of that, because
Why are we married?
when we get,
trust 'em.
I can't
You're
not when
married.
we get mad. You like
in my face. Right.
like that's why your ass is dumb, because I was complaining to you about failing my teacher test 7 times. Like, I cannot pass it. I don't know what. And then we get in an argument. You like, yo, dumb ass. That's why your ass can't even pass the fucking test to be a teacher.
Man.
You
Nah.
gotta break up with him for that.
I would. Because it ain't for that. It's because I cannot share nothing intimate with
so
you.
sensitive. Y'all are sensitive.
That means I can't trust you. That means I'm talking to the next man.
That's sensitive.
That
I don't
means
care.
I'm talking to the next man about my most intimate stuff because I can't share it with you.
And I learned that.
Because you're going to throw it
Now,
back
see,
in my
now
face
you
when you
just
get
using
mad.
that as an excuse.
I'm
that's
not.
real.
That is for real.
Yeah, it's
That's
real.
what I think. I think that now you're trying to use that as an excuse.
So you
to
feel
cheat.
safe with somebody who will throw your insecurities in your face? You feel safe with them? That kind of woman? You can lay next to her?
Well, I mean, I just think that words sometimes are not as valuable as you give them. And then I understand. I mean, I done been in some fucking like serious argumentative relationships that the girl was perfectly loyal, but she was just a complainer. And so that was just their mentality to say some mean shit. Now, after a while, you will get tired of it and may not want to fuck around. But I'm saying, like, if you get into a fucking man, some niggas hit their girlfriend or
So
what's
what?
up. Hold on, listen. It's not a so what.
It is.
It isn't so what? I don't want
Man,
that
listen.
leads up to that to me.
It's women.
For you
I don't
to,
want
This
no
woman
one-
just
I don't
told you
want
that
no
the
one-
Iranian, the
That's the same
Iraqi
shit, though.
I
teacher
don't want
just
no
said
abuse.
that the women
Right.
are allowed to hit the men.
well, she
in the
meant it in a
relationship.
sense of she meant that
If
in,
she gets angry, she's allowed to hit the men, but just because they're weaker, it doesn't matter as much. So
I don't think she meant it like that's what they do in Iraqi culture. Like I know I can hit this man, so I'm gonna just slap him around. I think she meant it in the way of you don't put your hands on a woman. But
she
if
said
a
the
woman
women
puts,
can't hit the men.
she said, but if a
The
woman
men-
puts her hands on a man, it's not seen how it would be if a man put his hands on a woman.
Exactly.
So that's because she said of the weaknesses of it. Naturally, men are stronger, and they just don't respect that in her culture.
Right.
So
So I don't think she was saying it's okay. I think she was saying nobody's about to come hunt the girl down because
So-
she put her hands on a dude because that's some soft stuff.
So what is the line that you draw as far as arguing where you gonna leave your family?
Your family.
First of all, you knew that before y'all got married.
I feel like this, like what
So
you
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying
even-
y'all get married.
We
and
wouldn't
then
have got
they just
married.
like.
You wouldn't have got married.
abuse. I don't.
I'm
like,
saying
I
you
feel
are
like
married
abuse
now.
is
You said
abuse,
that this
like
woman
verbally,
was married to
physically, or
somebody, right?
Yes, but that's because that's the whole thing. It
So
wasn't-
they're married.
It's not like it was new. It wasn't new.
I'm saying, but they're
Unless you got married in 2 months.
No.
Then
it was
what I'm saying is
So
if
you
you're
don't think
dating
that somebody
somebody,
can have a line that they cross after marriage has already been made?
I don't feel like.
I
feel
think
like
you can
if
have your
that's-
rose-colored glasses on and you don't see certain things because you.
I feel
Oh
like.
no.
But I don't think somebody is like
Hell no.
dogging you out and calling you a fat bitch and all that
Not-
after you got
not-
married and there was no signs of that before y'all got married.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Now I do think people might lead up to that kind of argument, like you just going through some stuff for a long period of time, like
Yeah.
weeks and weeks and weeks, and then like something comes to a head. Yes, but I don't
But
think.
what about if somebody having the worst day ever? And
Well,
they
worst
just
day that
fucking-
shit to yourself
and they
because don't
just-
come to me throwing my insecurities
So
in my face.
nobody can have a bad day and then
You
say
can,
some
but
shit
you
that
not-
they
no.
didn't mean to you without
Come
you
on,
leaving
man.
them forever.
I already feel insecure.
No, y'all sound crazy, bro.
No, you
Oh,
sound
wait,
crazy.
wait. So
I sound crazy by saying that you
So
gonna
with that
get a
reason-
divorce with somebody over an argument?
No,
over
not
them
only-
saying one thing one
It can be
time?
a-
Reasoning, though, do you think that a woman should stay with a man if he feels like, oh, I just slapped the shit out of her because I had a bad day? Is this one time?
No, this is what.
Maybe.
Let me ask you this, okay? So if I'm like,
Maybe.
I come
No,
home,
my-
I come home,
Come on, bro.
and
Like
I come home
it's a
from work,
fucking fight, bro. Brothers and sisters fight.
This not,
Families fight.
bruh.
We're
It's
talking
not
about
the
one.
same
It
thing.
is
It's not.
the same thing sometimes.
So you condone
People
the
get
fact-
into fucking fights and shit when
They
you
shouldn't
are
be.
in a relationship.
I'm just
Man.
saying-
You're normalizing.
I'm not.
toxic-
I'm not talking about beating somebody.
You smack
I'm
me,
talking
that's
about
good
y'all
enough.
get into a fucking fight and a
Right.
tussle. Not him beating her, but they fucking get into a fucking like. This is a real marriage. We talking real life. Like this bullshit that we talking about. Like everything is perfect. No,
Nobody
people
said everything
argue.
is perfect.
People cuss each
Uh-huh.
other out. No, hell no.
We're
Y'all
saying we
talking
can
about.
cuss each other out too, but what you're not going to do is
But where
throw
do you?
something
Some
in my
people would
face.
say, "Don't curse. If you curse at me, I'm done."
Well, we ain't saying if you cursing me, I'm done.
But if somebody be like, you lazy as fuck, that's how your fucking culture is. Lazy as fuck.
Oh,
Get your ass up and do some fucking shit.
We do.
And what?
So that's right.
And then they can, and she can be like, your motherfucking culture is racist than a motherfucker. Y'all want us to do all the fucking work. No, you the lazy motherfuckers. Y'all had us as
And
fucking
that's why we
slaves.
ain't gonna be
So
together.
how the fuck that ain't no equal argument?
That's a breakup argument to me.
You said you're talking about the validity of an argument. If I would have dude and
See?
him get
See?
listen, I'm
Why would a nigga?
right. If I would have listen to me, you're not listening. You won't listen.
You ain't even allowed to say nigga now.
She can. She black and black people.
No, it's a reason for what I was about to say, but I'm gonna
Let him have that. Let him have that.
No, he can have it because if I'm sitting here, I come home, I'm having a bad day, and I hit it, and my dude, he's sitting at home, and I say, "You lazy ass nigga." That's why motherfuckers out here trying to shoot you, cause y'all niggas ain't good for shit. You a piece of shit ass nigga. Da 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 da. If I dog a black man out, then I'm looked at as a bad person. He shouldn't leave me for that.
No.
If I'm constantly
Yes,
like,
we
you
do.
bad ass bitch, you gay ass motherfucker.
Y'all are
fuck you.
acting like
This is
y'all
my
are
neighbor.
overly
Let me ask you
sensitive.
this.
Well, let me say that.
What would you leave a woman for?
It ain't gonna be cussing him out.
Well, it wouldn't be a one-time fucking thing because
It's a
you have to
one-time fucking thing for me.
well, okay. But
Me
that's
too.
but you know, when I have relationships with people, they last a while because man, I would give people enough room to fucking vent, to be angry, and to like let that shit out and get it off their chest without over dramatizing the fucking thing. Like people get into some shit. Like, man, we might get into and I don't argue a lot. But if I get mad about some shit, like I might fucking go off real quick, but then after that, it's fucking over with. You know what I'm saying? And we can get back to square one because in relationships, like relationships that last a long time, they argue, they break up, they separate, they get back together.
We talking
But
about
you
black.
Wait, but I'm gonna say this.
It's fucking. Hold on, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, though.
Let me say this.
So you
I'm
gonna
not
tell
saying-
me niggas will fucking cheat on a motherfucking girl? They will fuck somebody else. Hold on, wait a minute. No, they will do every fucking thing under the fucking sun. But if they call her a dumb fat ass bitch, that's grounds for fucking breaking up. What?
Nobody
What
said
is we
that.
talking
I
about?
didn't
Like,
say
bro, that
that.
shit.
But this is
Man,
my-
come on,
this
bro.
I didn't
Like,
say what you
words
just
is-
said.
It's a difference between sticking to the script. It's a difference when I done did some bullshit and you cussing me out for some bullshit that I done did. Then you attacking my physical appearance and attacking my character.
Culture.
That's a whole different thing. Like
It's not
if
even
you,
your
if you
culture.
think
Like
I'm
the
a
shit
fat
ain't
bitch,
even true.
If you think I'm a fat bitch today, that means tomorrow when you buy me flowers, I'm still a fat bitch. But if you think that I'm not handling the situation correctly, I have the chance to fix that.
But
tomorrow
it's
I'm
just
still
nothing
gonna
but
be
just
fat.
it's nothing but
So
just
if you're
it's an
attacking
expression
my-
of venting and
It's not
anger,
venting.
man.
Oh, I'm gonna say this. For me,
I ain't getting
I'm gonna
no
say
bitch
this.
ass nigga, just so I don't
So
call
I-
you a bitch ass nigga. I don't want no bitch ass nigga because I don't never want to call you a bitch ass nigga. I don't want no anything that's going to lead me to where I'm arguing with you and I'm saying something that's attacking you personally, attacking your character.
Why am I with you?
I'm not
your
saying that you
physical
gotta.
shit.
I'm not
That
saying
is
you gotta.
something that
You,
I
that's
should
not.
have checked before I got.
But
Well, I'ma say-
what I'm saying is what I'm saying is understandably so. I hear what you're saying, but I am saying that the moment that you get so motherfucking pissed off with a motherfucker in the middle of an argument and you say some shit like that you like really don't even fucking mean, you
If
just
it's not in
going
you,
off.
it can't come out of you. You don't not
not
mean it. You
true.
can't tell me you don't mean something that you said because
That's not true.
I don't agree.
You think people can say so you don't think people can get into an argument and be like, man, I hate your motherfucking ass, and you really don't even hate this person.
That's not attacking.
In that moment, you probably do hate them.
So, but
In that moment.
in that moment, but not
Yeah,
the totality.
but if you're calling me a dumbass bitch, to me, that's what you think I am.
Yes,
That's not
I have
true.
never been in an
That's not
argument with
true.
any man that I've been with
I've
because I
heard
qualified
people
them.
call
I would never call them bitches.
So I'm gonna say this to you. For me,
I've heard
for me,
people
I
get
say
into
this. never call a woman a dumbass bitch if I didn't think she was a dumbass bitch. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you might not be nut, but you can't personalize it and act like everybody is you. And some people might not have the intellect or to be able to articulate an argument. But people, no, I don't. When I get fucking angry and frustrated, like, man, I will let shit go for so long without saying any fucking
Me
thing
too.
about anything. By the time I do address a subject and it's at a boiling point, I will just fucking just go the fuck off. And then if I don't feel like
That's not
if
healthy.
it
For
might
you.
not be. It might not be. But what I'm saying is that is how I handle shit sometimes. And if when I am going off and you're not receiving the check in the way that you should, is only to just shut the fuck up and listen because I'm right, then I might come through with some more shit. It'd be like, man, shut your dumb motherfucking ass up. You guys shut the fuck
But I'm
up.
gonna say this. For me,
It ain't even me really fucking calling you like a dumb person. But right now, while you not fucking listening to what the fuck I'm trying to tell you, that's obviously right, and you're defending dumb shit. Now you're fucking dumb as fuck. Not you're a dumb person in real life. But this situation that you're in right now, I'm viewing it as the answers and the fucking rebuttals that you're giving me is obviously fucking dumb. And it's not me calling you dumb, but in that moment, you are dumb. Like you said, you hate somebody for that moment. And that's all it is. But to break up a family over an argument, I think is just it's acting a little too fast and being overly sensitive about something that's not as important as that family structure, keeping this family together and giving somebody grace and forgiveness.
so I'm gonna say this to you. For me personally, I've never been in a fight in my life. I don't argue like that because it gives me anxiety. I'm not doing all that. I don't argue with my friends like that, my family like that, nor a man.
Right.
First of all. But second of all, because of those reasons, I would not have married a person like that. So if he is, in fact, going off on me like that, I'm not coming at him with that same energy because obviously something going on, bruh. Like, and I'm just going to let you vent, say what you got to say, and then I'm going to be the no, because this is the first time. I'm gonna be the calm
first
spirit.
time you'll give him.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna be the calm spirit and be like, "What's up, bruh? Like, what's going on with you, hun? Like this, you acting out of character."
That's all I was saying.
Now, if it happens again, bruh, we're not doing that because now I'm
Depends on what they say.
not
There's
for
nothing they
me.
can
For
say,
me,
bro.
you got one time. I
There's
will
nothing they
forgive
can
you.
say, bro.
I'm not gonna break up my family for one time, but what I'm telling,
That's all. Thank
but
you.
I'm gonna
Now
tell you this,
now we on the same.
But I'm gonna
same
tell you this. Here's the thing. I refuse to allow my children to be raised in a household
Yeah.
of being toxic.
That's I understand
because
that.
for me, there are better ways to communicate and there are better ways to talk. And when you're feeling like that, bruh, guess what? I'm gonna need you to walk away. And if I try to walk away and you don't allow me to and you keep going, I don't know if we're gonna survive because
Now it's aggressive.
it's aggressive, and I don't want my children. I want my children to be able to communicate with their significant other without attacking their character. That's not normal.
I wonder if we could do a survey
I wanna
on
speak to
families
it.
that have lasted for like decades, 50
The reason
years.
why they haven't, the reason why they last for as long as they have is because there is that one person who just accepted. First of all, in my opinion, from what you were saying, I feel like you need a relationship where you can be comfortable, where you feel like you have the space to vent when you need to vent instead of waiting until it build all up. So then it doesn't build up. When there's a problem, if it's addressed at that point, then it doesn't have to build all up.
But it's not my personality to nitpick.
It's not your personality to nitpick, but at the same time, it has to be somewhere. It has to be somewhere inside of you when no is another way of self-care and self-love.
But
So
it's not
if
my personality to nitpick, or it's not my personality to say something because I find fault with a lot. I'm a number 7 and I look for perfection. So anything outside, and this is including for myself too. Anytime I don't see things perfectly drawn out, like I notice it. I notice. And so I don't just initially go off. I'll give you a prime example. If I come home and my house ain't clean with my kids, like I'll look and be like, damn, like, bro, they need to clean this fucking shit up. It's annoying to me.
And you don't say that.
And I don't say nothing that first time. I come home again. It's still fucked up. It's still fucked up. It's still fucked up. So when I do address it, man, we got to get this shit together. This shit needs to be a lot better. And they have a rebuttal to say, well, we ain't the only ones to be here or some shit like
That's
that.
what they say.
Yeah.
Now, like you took me to 10. Because I wasn't even on 10 when I addressed it, but your fucked up frame of mind now got me fucked up. And I'm on at that point because I've already given.
But are you going to tear them down with your words, or are
No,
you going to say?
I'm not going to tear them down. But if they take me to a tear down place, then I could. Because you got me fucked up. And people can get me fucked up. I'm not no robot. I'm not a fucking to me, I just be thinking people be so full of shit sometimes because they don't want to be a real person with real activity. Like, bro, I don't live in this box where I'm not capable of getting pissed off, or I'm not
Right,
somebody,
we're not
or
saying
I'm
that,
not,
though.
or I'm somebody that's measured every time, or
But
like I gotta
if
be.
you're doing the self work and you're self growing, because I'm the same way. I'll let shit add up, but when it gets to the point where I'm so fucking pissed off because I done went from 0 to 100, and I'm the one that's out of breath. I'm the one that's going through anxiety, and I'm the one that's doing all of this. It's because I'm the one who didn't say nothing. Any issue that I have is all rooted within me and the shit that I'm not doing proactively to make sure it doesn't get to the point where I'm out of control. And that's the same thing with you. When you get to a point that you flipping out on your wife because you done let shit build up, instead of it looking at it like it's her fault, look at yours. Even though you may be nitpicky, then get a bitch that understand that you nitpicky and you like things a certain way, so then shit don't build up, so then those things don't happen.
Or just say
Or I
them.
can, or I
Or
can
you
do
could
it my
just say
way
it.
though.
You can do
But
it
your way is blowing up, and you're okay
But
with
it's
that.
not though. My way is not no, excuse me. It's
Okay.
not blowing up. But if it does happen, this is not a frequent thing that I go through. But I'm telling you the possibilities of an argument taking place where things get said that you could be offended by.
So what if the person ain't meeting you with that energy though? What if you blow up and the person is just sitting there?
I'll let it go. I won't keep go back with the same energy. I'll calm it down. I'm okay. I'm in control. I'm not out. I know. And I'm like, bro, like I didn't just arrive.
Right.
You feel me? I know what's going on. But I have to fucking check shit sometimes.
I
though.
just came from a family where a woman, my mother got beat up several times. So I can't, for me, we're not doing that. I'm not arguing with nobody
I
to the
ain't
point.
either. I mean, shit, my mom got killed. I'm aware of like overgoing.
Yeah.
I know about all of that shit. I came from a house. My mother literally got killed while I was there. So I know about domestic shit. I know about getting too mad. I know about letting shit like if somebody like cheat on you or some shit like that, like coming back through. No, I'm not doing none of that shit. But you cannot fucking run over me my whole fucking life and me be a doormat without me venting back about it.
Well,
And then
hopefully you're not in that kind of marriage though.
I'm not in that type of marriage. I'm not in that type of relationship. But I don't want this to be about me personally.
No, I'm saying generally speaking.
I'm talking about in general. Arguments can take place. People can say shit that's fucking completely out of character. They can be dead fucking wrong when they say it. But it's not dumb as fuck to give them another chance.
I don't think
and
it is.
save
How
the
many
family.
chances do you think that if this is your
As
daughter
many
with
times-
this kind of guy, how many
as many times as she feels comfortable as doing, but I would think that it would be much more wrong for her to leave on the first time
I
than
would.
her
People
not
make-
to give them a second chance.
I'm thinking like, who's being impulsive though? Am I being impulsive because you flipped out and I left you, or are you being impulsive because you flipped out?
I
Like,
agree.
who's
That's
being
what I
impulsive?
was about to get to, because if you see somebody and this person flip out and it's their first time, well, like,
It depends on how far you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Go all the way in on you, and
But you
just
ain't gonna
like,
smack me. You smack me, I'm out.
It's their first time.
Yeah,
It don't matter. They just take it there. Like, go all the way there. Their first time, it just go all the way there. All the way across the line. And then they like, oh, man, I was mad. My bad. That was my... And then that's their first time.
How do you come back
I
from
feel
that?
like, me personally, if I see that and I see that you're capable of doing that, then I need to make my decision right then, because it's like, I know you could take it there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with that ever again. So why am I?
So, but if he's
Okay,
talking
let's
about
go-
you're in an actual marriage and you're in love with this person, you're telling me you would just roll out the first time ever?
That's that thing.
If they took it to a place that
You wouldn't think that was out of character for them though? Because I don't think you would
why
marry
would you
somebody
marry
like that.
this
right,
person?
that's what I'm saying. But it was
So
like,
for me, I wouldn't marry somebody like that. So I would be like, so what's up, bruh? Like you good?
You wouldn't help him.
You alright?
You're
Because
not
we
gonna
ain't
help
doing
this
this.
person that you married.
If you put your hands on me,
straight.
no, but I will give you a chance if it's an argument. Because if you're out of character, I'm going to sit and be like, what's going on with you?
I'm the type
What
of person
happened?
that if we go on a date and I don't agree with something that you say and you act aggressively, I'm not. This is our last date.
Well, dating is different. If you're in a if you said to yourself, I'm going to marry this person for better for worse.
Then I can handle for better.
Once for me, I could do it once, but after that, I probably because now it's only so much you can take away from me. So when that happened, what I'm saying is when that happened and you hit below the belt and you went all the way in, that took a part of me.
Do you
It took
think
some
that
of me
it's
away.
possible for you to unintentionally hit below the belt without even yelling?
Yeah.
Yeah. It ain't about yelling. It's about the words that are coming out your mouth.
Unintentionally do it.
That's what I'm
I don't-
saying. If it was unintentional, that's where you give grace.
Give
What
me an
about-
example
what
of
about
it,
if it was
of
intentional?
unintentional.
So
hit
let's say
below
that
the
you
belt. That's what I
dating
feel
somebody that's overweight,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, "Hey man, I want you to lose some weight. You'll be much more healthy." And they say, "Oh my God, you just think
That's
I'm
different.
So fat."
You that's a false equivalency.
No, wait a
To
minute.
fat bitch. That's two different things. Like you old dumbass fat ass bitch is different from you want to get healthy. Like come on.
I could get sad.
That's two different things.
Yes. Yes.
What about?
That is two different things, bruh.
But what is the messaging here, though? It's just the.
The messaging is you're disgusted by me calling me a fat ass bitch. The other one is
Well,
I understand that
it say? Like,
you're getting
or
unhealthy.
say, babe, you so big, I'm not being attracted to you anymore. And this shit is killing me.
I feel like that's a conversation for a man and a wife, a husband and a wife.
Is
to
that
have.
disrespectful?
I don't think so.
No.
Wait a minute. So what if you don't say that and you get mad one day? Like your wife has gotten bigger over the years,
Mm-hmm.
and you've never said anything, but then one day you get mad and you call her a fat bitch, dumb fat bitch.
You need to lose weight.
You need to have fun with
You
that.
just go in on her weight, and you've never ever expressed yourself before. That's your first time even calling
What
her
about
fat.
if you have expressed it before?
I'm just saying, no, I'm not
He's
about this is
saying
your
his
first time
scenario.
ever calling her fat.
Don't be
but
trying
I'm
to
just
bring
coming with
at all.
with a pushback.
Or no, let's reverse.
Let's
that.
say
What if
you've
your
told
wife
her.
did you like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you gained some weight over the years,
Mhm.
and
she
y'all
feeding you.
and y'all just get into it one day, and she just start going in on your weight.
Mhm.
You've never known that she felt like this about your weight.
Right. I would say, damn, you know what? You don't like me. I'm out of here.
He being funny, but for real though.
No, for real. For real, no. You could feel like this person ain't for me. This motherfucker don't like me.
Right.
I can
Like,
understand
that's
that,
with
though.
friends, too. Like if you have a friend that goes tell
But
everybody else, but don't tell
you.
even if they ease it on to you though, you could still feel offended by that shit.
You can, but it's a difference between I feel some because those are my
No, because you
That's the
still could
difference.
feel
And
like
I'm coming to you
because
with
for me,
love.
I want my significant other. I'll say to them, you might say some things that might hurt my feelings. But I'd rather you tell them to me. I'll be all right.
Just
I'm gonna
don't-
cry and I'm
so
gonna get over
it's
it.
not what they say, it's how they say it to you.
No, it's also though what you say. It's the difference between saying you done gained all this weight over these years. I'm kind of not really
Well, what about
attracted
that-
to you. You need to get healthy. Then going in on me on some anger shit and like treating me like I ain't shit. Those are two different things.
Your fat ass need to go to get healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because saying that nicely to me implies that there's still
You love me.
You still love me.
You
That's
love
why
me.
you're telling me.
You're just and it might hurt my feelings. I might cry over it, but it ain't the same as you.
It's not the
looking
same. I
disgusted
don't want to
at
say
me.
that it's the same.
That's why.
But
That's the
I just
difference.
think I kind of feel like it's
I feel like if people could talk to
just
each
think
other
that
about
it's-
the hard
it's how
things,
people
these
wanna,
blow-ups wouldn't
like, feel
happen.
it.
But that's the those are the relationships that stay together.
I think
feel
so.
like in the past, I have talked to women who were married for lots and lots of years. And shout out to Third Perk. Shout out to Juanita Third Perk. We love you. Cause she just texted me.
Mhm.
But what was I saying? I've talked to women who've been in relationships or marriages for a long period of time, and the things that I realized, this woman told me, she said, he don't beat me and he take care of me. As long as he did those two things, that's the reason why we stayed married. And I think they was married like 40-some years because she was very older. An elderly woman, a woman of wisdom. And that's what she told me. That's how her and her husband stayed married. So if we got to the point of just letting all of the other things go, because I do believe like Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. I do believe that a marriage should be a space where you can make mistakes and still feel safe and loved in those mistakes. But shit, you can't keep making the same mistakes. You can't abuse me because of the shit that you
But
ain't
the
got
word
right
is
with
keep
yourself.
though. You say keep making the same mistakes.
Yes, keep.
Over and over.
Yeah, you can't keep, but if you make it one time, you gotta pull tight.
It depends on, because you can't mistake it, slap the shit out of me.
Yeah, no, I don't. When
it
it get physical, that's not a mistake to me.
Yeah.
You're not about to put your hands on me.
I have never involuntarily slapped a person in my life.
You're not involuntary doing
I've never
it.
been in a fight, so you put
That's
your hands
that's
on me,
what
I'm out.
saying. It's just like that too. Like how you just don't just like you wouldn't slap.
Do you have any non-negotiables?
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you like just put your hands on like punch the piss out your wife?
No.
And
So
for
why
me,
would
But
you-
that's not
but
me.
I'm
It's
saying,
not
so
about
you
me
wouldn't
though,
hurt-
bro.
but-
Like
but
you
I'm
trying to
just-
generalize
No,
it
he's
and
just
ask
saying-
I'm
me
just
as
saying
though
a person.
what I do is like the standard for just
No, I'm
all
saying, like, a
humanity.
person
Don't
just-
put me in it.
Just
No,
for
I
a person
wouldn't.
to just feel like they won't punch their wife. That's the same thing with verbal abuse. Like, there's certain things that you wouldn't say to your wife.
It's different,
Or
bro.
shit.
It's the same way y'all told me that calling a woman a fat bitch and telling her she's disgusting
you might as well
is the
punch her.
same thing.
Agree. Yep.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
No,
you
that's
might
not.
as well punch her in the stomach.
See, now y'all are generalizing. That's not. Yeah, that's
That
not
ain't
the math.
generalizing.
That's not the math that y'all just used when y'all said. Wait, it's not the math that y'all just used when y'all said telling a woman in a nice way she needs to lose weight compared to telling her in a mean way by calling her she's a fat bitch. It's not the same thing. It's punching her in the face or saying you a fat bitch. That's different.
Right, like tickling
It's-
her belly button and punching her in the stomach is two different things.
I'm gonna
No,
say this.
calling her a fat bitch and punching her in the face is two different
This
things.
is what I'm
too.
gonna say to you.
It is. It's not the same thing. No
This-
matter what these
The
dumbass.
feelings hurt.
No
This is
no
what
matter
I'm gonna
what
say,
these,
Ahaba,
like-
when it comes to
Have you
my
ever been a bitch punched
insecurity.
in the face?
Huh?
I've been a bitch punched in the face. Have you ever been a bitch punched in the face? My feelings was hurt like a nigga said I was a fat bitch. Okay.
But you physically hurt as well.
I physically hurt, and then when he called me, when I'm getting called out my name or I'm being
Bro,
treated like I'm shit.
I've never been called out my name by my significant other.
When I've been in situations where I have been, because I've been in abusive
So getting
relationships,
punched
that
in
shit
the
was
face
no
is
different.
just is just as bad as somebody name calling you.
This is the
Depends
thing.
on your insecure. If
It
you,
don't have nothing to do with the
Come on
insecurity.
now.
It didn't
To
have
me,
nothing to do with the
depends on the
insecurity.
intent.
If I'm in love
bro.
with you and I care about you and what you think, and
Yes.
I look at you and put you up on a pedestal because you're my man, and you tell you whether you call me out my name or you hit me, you still make me feel like I am the lowest of the low, whichever one you do.
It's hurtful.
And if you don't give
I
a fuck
can't,
about
I can't,
this
I
woman,
can't
or
tell
you don't
nobody.
care about
I can't
disrespecting
tell
this
nobody.
woman,
I can't
it
tell
don't
nobody
matter
how they
you
feel.
disrespect
I
her.
can't. But to
We
me,
can't.
but to me, I just when I hear that, I don't relate. You know, I don't relate to being punched in your face, being equivalent to somebody calling you a name. It's just, I mean,
So let's
what does equivalent mean?
I know. I said it is equivalent.
I don't think so. I
let's say with
disagree.
you then.
I disagree.
Would you leave someone for punching you in your face?
Why are you asking would I do this shit? Like that don't got nothing to do with what the conversation is. Like I ain't no, I wouldn't,
You wouldn't
man.
leave someone that they hit you?
My woman, if my woman got mad as
Alright,
fuck at me for
so
goddamn it,
what
hold
if
on,
you-
it
what if you
depends
fuck
on.
up your car?
No, not necessarily, bro.
She flat one of them
Not
$400
necessarily.
tires.
Not necessarily.
She got to go.
Like, bro, like it depends on the dynamics of a relationship and me knowing what I know now compared to what I did when I was 22 or 23 or a young motherfucker, I might. But understanding the importance of family, what it means to children and to all of this, I would much rather go get a counseling or go get somebody to come in and repair the relationship than to just fucking walk out the door. Like if Marmar gets mad at me, right? And she wants to just fucking leave me. Knowing how much I care about her and this, that, and the third, if we get in a fucked up argument, man, I might be mad at her for a night. But after I realize, like,
What's at stake?
after I realize how valuable and how I know like what she brings to the table is, I fucking reconsider and rather just try to repair the relationship than go and try to find somebody else that I might run into these same problems with after the relationship gets serious. And arguing happens in a serious fucking relationship when a lot's on the line. Like all, but I know that. But so what I'm saying is though, earlier today when we had the dating school on here, right? We talked about relative. These
Things being
arguments,
relative.
the arguments, the seriousness of an argument, and how much somebody is willing to take and what you consider bad enough to leave is definitely relative. And so
I
where
agree.
my line to say I'm out of here could be much different than what your line is
I agree.
when you consider all of the dynamics of a relationship. So just like I'm not crazy for saying, no, I won't leave if I get into an argument with my woman. She's so mad. She done went through my fucking phone. She seen some shit she didn't like. And she yelling and going crazy and crying. I'm like, calm the fuck down. Like, you calm the fuck down. And she pushed me or she motherfucking,
Punched you in the
she
face.
punched me. I'm like, God damn, you need to chill the fuck out, man. You tripping.
Fat bitch.
You fat ass bitch. And then we motherfucking talk that shit out and goddamn it, be super tight. Sometimes deep arguments and fucking tough times make the relationship even stronger. And as bad as you, and it's bad because you know the shit that y'all done went through together, and you know how much that you've forgiven each other. And
The fact that
But
it could be okay.
I think it
you know what I'm
depends on
saying?
this. So I feel like there are some things, depending on who's in a relationship, there are when you choose to spend your life with somebody, that intimacy goes deep. And you're telling them their deepest, darkest secrets, your deepest, darkest insecurities, mistakes you've made in your life, maybe with other women and other men. And
They
for
use that shit.
us to get in arguments and that person to bring that shit up,
It's wrong.
for me though, personally, it takes something away from us and our intimacy. It makes me, when we're laying in the bed together having pillow talk, watch what I say.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who I claim that I love so much, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with them if I cannot be my most vulnerable self. And I can't do this because every time we get in an argument, or every other time, or maybe 3 times,
Sometimes.
I don't know, I'm scared that this stuff is going to be, I saved your ass. Before me, you was out here fucking these niggas, and or
And
a
that's
bitch
why-
saying it to or a woman saying that to her man, like, you was messing with these wretched ass bitches. You should be happy to be with me. To me, I can't live like that because now when I'm like when we're being intimate, I can't even talk to you.
And there's men that cheat simply because the side bitch that live in the projects don't run her mouth like the bitch that work at the corporate business that live in his house. Because he can't tell her shit.
Yeah.
Men cheat based off of that because this bitch, she's solid.
Men and women, people cheat for different reasons.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying that's one of the reasons because I can't feel comfortable. I might can do all the rest of this shit with you. I can build this business. I can have these kids. The fact that if we're having a jump, loud fight and all the rest of this, and I got kids in my house, that's a no. I don't care how tight our relationship is. I'm not teaching my kids. I'm not teaching my son. I'm not teaching my daughter because
how to work through an argument.
No, how to hit below the belt.
I can teach them how to work through an argument. Listen, my son is 17 years old. When he get into some shit, I teach him how to. First of all, you have to if you want to control anything.
You teach him how to forgive.
No, exactly. You have to be able to manage your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
We had this conversation because he just broke up with his girlfriend and now he wants to get into a relationship.
Why did he break up with her?
Because she couldn't understand the fact that he was not a toxic person. He's not. She been in previous relationships, as they teens or whatever. She been in previous relationships. The last dude she was with, he was a cheater. These little boys think that it's cute to grab your girlfriend up, cuss her out, do all the rest of that shit because that to them is real love because that's what they seeing around them, that toxic shit. Yeah. My son wasn't raised like that.
Was she white? Was she white or black?
Black. She black. Trust me, she's black.
Part of the reason.
When you think it's okay for a nigga to grab you up, if you
don't do that.
When you look at your man for being weak, because he have told me, like she said he was weak because he don't grab her up. Because he doesn't put his hands on her.
She's not the one for him.
Exactly. I know that. So, but then let me break it all the way down for you, because the girl that he with now is not even black. And this is what she brought to him, and this is what the result was.
Mm-hmm.
So he went all the way to the white girl.
No, she Puerto Rican. She Mexican. Okay. But anyway, they broke up because he was trying to get her to understand, like, I am a loyal person, but in her mind, from her previous situation or whatever she's used to in her home, that was unfathomable. That he was a loyal person, but that's how I raised my son. And I also had to raise him as a man. When it comes to a woman, that first woman that breaks your heart, hurts you, because that was his, they had their first everything together. You cannot take that into your next relationship. You cannot look at the new girl that you with like she is the old girl that you were with and the things that she did. Now, you can learn from some of the behaviors, but you cannot take that with you. So take a moment to yourself, which men don't tend to do. I told them, take a moment to yourself, be by yourself, and understand that before you control anything, and this is what a lot of black men don't understand, before you can control anything, if you cannot control your own self, your own emotions, and how you deal with you can't control shit. And flipping out and going off and cussing out women and all the rest of that,
Brick to the face.
Exactly, because I can understand.
10 years in prison.
When I'm flipping out and I'm going off,
What's some of the things you might say when you flip out and go off? And you're so measured. You're measured. You don't say nothing that's too bad. So what do you do when you go off?
I stick to the point.
What do y'all say when y'all go off?
I stick to the point.
Get mad at me. Get mad at me.
What
the fuck going on? This house is fucked up. What you gonna say?
I'm gonna say the house is fucked up simply because
I'm gonna laugh because I don't think you're serious.
And I also got kids that's running around here.
My god, this shit is so fucking full of excuses.
If you came home, hold on, listen.
I'm tired of you.
If you tired of me, I think you should get a new one. And see how that's.
Nah, I signed up for you, but look what I'm getting.
Well, look what you're getting.
Look what I'm getting. I'm getting absolutely nothing.
Well, then I don't think this is the one for you.
Well, yes, you are. You stuck with me.
Oh, no.
I would just grab you. I wouldn't be mad. I would just kiss you or something. Like, baby, you all right?
See, you listen. Get off me.
Yeah.
I would never talk to nobody like that. Like
I think that people know how to address a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I also think that some people address people in toxic manners because they know they can handle that.
They can receive it.
like any person. I was married for 15 years. I'm sure my husband may call me a bee in his head or behind my back, but I've never been called.
Not to
He's
your
never
face.
called
Right.
me out my name because I don't argue like that.
Right.
I don't. If he was ever angry and came home like, man, what is this shit? I'd be like, come on, boys, let's go for a walk. Like, he must have had a bad day. And we removing ourselves
Right.
and letting him. Then
See,
we'll come
that's
back
good,
and
though.
because I can't. For me, it would, like, it gives me
What
anxiety.
about subtle though? What about subtle? Like, hey, what's going on, man?
What about the house?
I mean, if he be like, hey, man, dang, hey, babe, the house is kind of messed up today. What happened?
I'm like, I know. Like, let's clean it up. Let's
You're like,
clean it
man, I'm
up.
so tired.
Me
Why don't
like
you do
that,
it,
If a
please?
man comes at me
You
like
do
that,
it.
and
You
that's
do
what
it.
I was about
I
to
would.
say, that
If,
comment,
After
if
you
you're
do it-
calm and I can do it, and you just and I'm just like, sure, I'll do it. But if
Like,
I
hey,
worked
you know.
hard today and you worked hard today, and we both coming home to this hot ass house mess, and I'm gonna be like, you right, we should clean it up, babe.
Like,
But also at
like,
the
man,
same
you know,
time,
like,
for
I think
me,
that
that's
I've been studying
correction.
this new stuff. It say that, like, honestly, like, my role is more like making sure the cars and stuff is fixed up.
You
gotta
see what I'm
clean up
doing
after
now?
house
That's
is
what I
cooked.
would do.
No, for me,
I'm
Like,
not
you
getting
think
into
it's
that
funny,
with you.
but you know what I'm saying?
for
It
me,
ain't
that's
funny.
correction.
I'm like, good one, babe, good one.
To me, in my mind, that is because I was raised. I was Muslim when I was younger, so I was raised that a woman's first
Nation
job.
of Islam?
Yes,
Nation of Islam.
absolutely. So I was raised.
Hold on now, wait a minute.
I was. I was
And
raised,
you got married to a white man.
I didn't never get married.
She didn't say she married,
I
dude.
dated a
You
white
a
man.
white
yes.
when you have a child with somebody, that's marriage. You know
Okay,
that.
I hear you.
Is that true?
No.
When
No.
you have sex with somebody, if you're talking about that, when you have sex with somebody, you're married.
I mean, but the child is when two come together and make one. It's an everlasting bond that can never be broken.
Supposedly.
So, no, it's not a supposedly. The child
The bond
child
is
is
between
the
the child
one.
and his father.
It's two come together and make one. That is
That's
two
the
coming
bond.
together and make one.
And the
And it's
perfect
an
bond.
everlasting. It is an everlasting bond that cannot be broken. It's no divorce ever gonna happen because y'all, in the
Can't
Akashi
separate
records,
the-
you guys have
DNA
always
from that
made the
child.
beautiful daughter.
Right.
So that,
It's the
okay.
marriage. Okay, so I was, but yes.
So say it.
I was married to a white man.
You're not gonna, don't make me like you ain't gonna say that.
Whatever. I'm just trying to get my point
Okay,
out.
okay. All right,
Because
come
listen,
on.
I was raised
said
that
she
a
was married
woman's
to a
first
white
job, whatever. I ain't never been married. Check the records.
All right.
I'll run from it. But anyway,
No.
Don't run from
I
it.
was raised.
Don't be adding that and don't think we gonna say stuff too.
Yeah, we gotta
don't
talk
come
about
back
it.
to that.
We gotta
We don't come
this
back to
stuff
that.
up.
Oh shit. But anyway,
Hey,
I was
damn.
raised that a woman's first job is her home and her children. So even as a single woman, I still adapt that. And if I'm like dealing with a man and he come at me all the hoopla and he doing all that, he basically arouses my masculinity to where it's my female masculinity. Whether you believe that don't shake your head, because I have to be the masculine in my home.
He was talking about the food, the drink.
Okay. But I have to awaken my female masculinity against him. But when he comes at me in a respectful manner and he like how you said it's cool, he coming like, baby, come sit down. And I come and sit down and he like, the house is all messed up. When he's saying that, I take that as correction from a man to a woman that I have stepped outside of my duties of what I'm supposed to be doing. So I have allowed my day-to-day job to take over from what my natural job is supposed to be. And that him saying that in a calm way to me corrects me. It also brings a little bit of shame. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'll feel ashamed a little bit.
Yeah.
But it also makes me level up and make sure those things are in place, or I've created a system to make sure that he does never have to correct me again. But if he jump up talking about, bitch, this house dirty,
That's
oh,
wrong.
nigga,
Right. You gotta come back.
You
with
gonna
point.
match him with his.
All right, hold on. So all right. We've been on this. We like
hell yeah.
we dove straight. We dove straight
She
into
ready.
this.
But she should be if she.
What? She what?
I'm saying if she's saying if you come at her correct
Oh yeah.
and she could be corrected.
I can.
then she should be able to, in turn, say, if you coming at me
Why?
lazy, then I feel her on
Because
that.
I feel like a man provides a woman structure, and as much as women don't want to believe that, they know they clean their house more, they cook more. When you got a man, you go out less. Why? Because he done like
He
reared
is
you
going
up.
out.
I don't agree with that.
He
You
is
don't think
going.
so?
He is
No,
going out. He replaces
not
going
me
out.
personally. Like I'm not cleaning up more or not going out more because of a guy.
No, I'm not saying that you're doing it because of a guy, but are you going out as much as you? Single women go out.
I think it depends
more
on your
than when they're
age.
in a relationship.
I think it depends on your age.
I don't know.
She right.
Yeah, I think she's right with that.
You know
Because
that.
I want to be. I'd
You're
rather
not
be
going
home
out as
with my
much if you
man.
got a husband or a man.
That's 100%.
But
I
you
think-
you don't go out anyway.
I know, so that's what I'm saying. I can't.
I know that,
I
but you
don't
gotta.
know.
You just
But
don't because you
I mean,
need
you
more.
think you go out more now or when you was married?
Neither. She don't even want to deal with.
Well, in the beginning of my marriage, I didn't go out much because I stayed pregnant.
So,
Toward the end of my marriage, I went out more because I was escaping my household.
so
He
did you
allowed
go out
you
more
to do
now?
that?
Hold on,
Nobody
wait a minute.
allows
So
me to
I'm
do
gonna go back
that.
to my original question.
I'm
Did you go
44.
out more now or when you was married?
When I was married, I went out more
You was just so you go out more when you was married than you
because
did.
I was trying to escape
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Right, because that was
There's
your
nothing.
fucking girl.
They won't let us
No,
win.
No,
the
for real,
argument.
I'm telling you.
You might as well. They're
You
so
should ask
smart.
the
They
people-
know what's
ask
going
the people I
on.
kicked it with.
I know.
They're
No,
like,
you're
where
right.
Marcus,
But,
where you been
but-
at? Because I have peace in my house now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm peaceful where I am.
But do you know
and
the
so
premise?
I don't
Do
go,
you know the premise that we're coming from? A single woman goes out more than a coupled woman.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That's all we saying.
Well, I'm talking. I guess I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is, far as
This,
cleaning your house.
I want to
and
move
doing
our
things of that
conversation to
nature.
something. It's not more light, but man,
Can we talk about why she running away from marriage though? Can we talk about that before we move on?
All right, hold on. But let me tie this in.
Okay.
Because
I wanna know. I wanna-
Why are you running away from marriage? Let me.
Because you seem like a very like you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're saying things like correction, and it seems like you would be an awesome person to be in a relationship with and
Submissive,
build with.
very submissive.
I am submissive in a relationship, but that's the problem. Because I feel like the men that I have chosen over the years have not been the best. So I've been doing what is called throwing pearls before swine, because I believe that when I get into a relationship with a man, that he should be treated like a king. And I do that
Automatically.
to the fullest.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't take no shortcuts in it. So
And how do you treat him like a king?
it's just a lot of different things. Like, I mean, like the last relationship I was in, when you come in, it's certain
Mar.
things. The house is clean.
Listen.
The house is clean, food
Listen.
cooked. House clean, food cooked, kids tucked away, watching a movie or quiet. So when he come home, he's at peace. I believe that a man's home is supposed to be his peace. I'm showered and everything just in case he wants some pussy, whatever he want, whatever he in the mood for. The TV, if he watch sports.
So what is
and everything.
it? So he comes in and you're showered.
Yeah.
So
House is clean.
he's allowed to just, is it free use?
What?
Of her, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's free use of each other, probably, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy it much as him.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Shoot, that's why she got all. That's why
That's
why she got all clean. No, I'm saying it like the reason why she's all clean and the kids are
It's
in
for
the bed
him.
because she ready.
It's
No,
for
but
him.
It's for both of them because she
It's
ready.
not necessarily always, because
It's for it's for him.
Also, at the same time, it's an option for him if that is something that he wants to be served at that time.
Well, what if you want it? He doesn't.
I have never had that before.
And that's
I know.
why. And
That's my point.
And that's what.
That is my
I've
point.
never had a man be like, no.
I'm good. Not tonight. But that's my point.
All right, and so you're running from marriage because no man deserves all that you're going to give him.
I have not.
Met
I feel like I
Huh?
haven't met somebody who seems like in this day and age, and the way
They're not
dating
worthy?
is. I'm not going to say they're not worthy. What I'm saying is in this day and age, a lot of men. I work on myself. I know that I have been through traumatic relationships. I've been through physical abuse, emotional abuse, almost every single kind of abuse that you could possibly go through in my younger years. And I took that time out to work on myself and work through my trauma. When I'm a 39-year-old woman and I meet a 39-year-old man, it is very unlikely that he has moved on in this day and age. I'm not saying that somebody haven't. If you know, call me if you have. But it's not a lot of men who have moved on from their trauma. If they consider themselves to be healed, which a lot of men will just say that they're healed, they work on self-love, but they still have certain either insecurities, they still have things that there's bag men just as much as there's a bag lady. There's a lot of men who deal with things from their past that they still carry.
You think you need an older man?
I've been with an older man. The last man I was with, he was 50.
So you want some math? Half a man's age plus 7 is the formula for a relationship that could possibly work. The ages could be closer together.
Mm-hmm.
So 50.
He was 49 when I met him. I was 38.
So let's see, half a man's age plus 7. So 60 divided by 2 is 30 plus 7 is 37. How old are you?
I'm 39 now.
Yeah, so you might need somebody that's like 60.
60.
Damn.
Does he look good? Because if he good,
I'm not messing with my 60.
Half a man's age plus 7, it would be 37. So you could actually go up to, let's see, 62 would be 38, right? No, 62. What's 62
I don't
divided?
know. These numbers ain't working.
What's
Mine.
62? Oh, it's 31. 31 and 7 is 38. Half a man's age plus 7.
but
I'm just saying, like, if you are in a relationship, those are the type of things that
this is the
could
thing.
work. Like mature, one thing that you will learn is that men that are a little more mature, they understand a good thing when they're in possession of it.
I don't agree. I've always been
If they're
that
mature, not in age, but mature, period.
Okay,
Are you
'cause
talking
I've
about in
always
age?
My son's father.
Where are you
is 10 years
finding
older.
these
He's-
men? Where do
he's
you find the
50
men?
now.
Where do you find the men that are turning out bad?
I
Give me
mean,
the top
it's
3
different
men.
places.
Top 3. I mean, you haven't had that
There's
many.
different places where I haven't. So, but I found
Work, school, mall,
the mall.
Now,
name it.
where you finding?
I found him at the mall. The one I'm talking about.
All right, where you the
other
hood,
one-
the white, the German.
The other one I went to high school with.
In the hood.
The German, I found him. He actually, the truth of the matter is, I was a stripper at the time, and it was 12 o'clock in the morning, and it was snowing, and I was out there with my son. I didn't have no car, and we were on our way home, and he would not leave me sitting outside.
Yeah, man, this is a good guy, man. This is a good guy.
He was a good guy.
He is a great guy.
He had a
So
car?
is he?
Yeah.
Why he ain't take you on?
Because he was a stranger. He asked me, and I
Oh,
said,
okay.
"No,
I just
you want
wondered.
one?"
All right,
Cool,
but
man, cool.
man, that is a good dude, bro. So
I
is he
think-
with somebody else now?
Yes.
Fuck.
He all the way white now.
He got a white girl?
Yeah, he white now.
Damn.
You know,
he went
that
back.
just be when they be young, because it wouldn't have worked out for his career. He wouldn't have been able to be a star.
But with does he have a child with the new white girl?
I don't know. I don't think
Well,
so.
what I mean,
We
but
don't
he's still
really
around for
communicate.
his daughter though, right?
We don't communicate. No, they communicate.
They communicate.
Mhm.
So what happened to y'all's relationship where y'all not even friends anymore?
The way we ended.
You cheated on him.
No, I don't cheat. I ain't never cheat.
He cheated on
I
you?
get rid of you.
Did he
No.
cheat on you?
Mm-mm, he never cheated.
How did it end? You did some black
He
stuff.
called you the
It
N-word.
was no. I kind of did do some bullshit. It was like, okay,
You scraped the scar up?
No, I was. What it was is he was like, I was with my son's father. My son's father went to federal prison, and he came along, and he was nice and sweet. And I'm like, well, maybe this could be something different. But I was still in love.
With your son's father?
Yes.
And when your son's father got ready to get out of jail, you started
No.
talking to him?
My son.
Damn, I want to guess the ending.
Yes, he did a whole bid. He didn't get out. My son was like, what, 7, 8 when he got out.
All right.
But no, he I had wrote a letter to my baby daddy who was a very big person in the streets. So he had already knew what was going on. And in order for me to feel like I was keeping dude safe, I stayed away from him.
You stayed away from
The
German.
Yes. I was about to say his name.
So you stayed away from the
Yes,
German in
and
order
yes.
because the federal
Because
king,
of my
the
dad.
kingpin was gonna get out of jail, and you thought that he might
No, he
kill
didn't
him.
have to get out of jail. He didn't have to get out of
So
jail.
hold on, did he ever make threats towards
Yeah.
the German?
To me, towards him, and see the
That's so sad, bro.
was the dude. He found it.
Why
and
did he
read it
do this? So when
himself.
he got out of jail, did he
Why didn't y'all get
come
together?
through?
Wow.
So he was
I
just
had grown so much. I had grown so much by the time he got out of jail. Because when you go to federal prison for conspiracy, you're getting 10 years minimum, and then you have to do about 7. So he was in jail that whole entire time.
Is he out now?
Yes, he's out now.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we friends. We cool. I could
That's
never
good.
go back to that relationship because when I was younger, the men I dated were not. They were not.
Babe,
They weren't good guys.
get one of them
I
rice
never
bowls
dated good
from
guys.
Magic.
Well, I did date good guys, but I didn't date good guys.
We got some rice bowls from Major League. They need to be one of our sponsors. Real
They were
fucking
good.
thunder
It was
shit.
good.
This
I
shit
can't
was
wait to eat the
amazing.
rest of mine.
Marriage scares me because of the fact that I only know one marriage that I can honestly say that that's a marriage I would want to have, and that's the marriage between my father and his wife.
Damn.
That's the only.
How old is
marriage-
he? How old is your dad?
My dad is like, I think he's like 56. You're an old man dad.
Told you. Didn't I tell you?
I know, but he wasn't 56 when he got married.
No, they were.
But
They,
grew. He loves her.
they
Her
been
dad
married.
loves them.
They've been married almost my whole life. I think they got married around like when I was 2.
You're more
My
right than
sisters
me.
and stuff, they've been married the whole entire time. She's
All
a
right.
wonderful person.
So, all right, cool. So now we understand why are you happy with her response about marriage? Because this is
No.
what you was.
I'm not.
Damn.
Because I feel like I feel like it's good people out here,
God,
men and women, who
I'm
are good
afraid-
people.
I'm
And I
afraid
feel
they
like
try to shut me down, like, oh, I don't want you doing
you gotta
this.
just meet the
I
right
don't-
one.
Exactly. So when
No,
he
you
comes,
shut down. If it's a good enough person, cut the stuff off that you're doing in order to get the big.
She
And
not
that's
do. Are you
exactly-
doing no? Shut. What are you doing that a man
I'm
wouldn't
talking about,
accept?
listen,
Coming
I've
up
literally
here.
been told, yes, coming up here, me doing my business, like, if you don't
So then that ain't
my
the guy
woman
for
would
you
not
then.
be allowed to come up to no podcast here.
What?
and be on podcasts talking, especially
Hell
about
nah.
relationships.
Like,
all
man, you
that
better.
What? Why is that?
What?
I've been
Are y'all serious right now? Or y'all playing?
No, let me ask y'all this, because this is what I was literally told.
Marmar,
So,
are you
I'm-
allowed to do a podcast?
Am I allowed? Yes.
All right.
So this is
Don't worry, he ain't talking.
So this is what I was told, and I actually went live with this person telling me this. It's because of the fact that I have built myself to a certain point professionally, and because I make money enough to be able to take care of me and 3 other kids, 3 kids that I have. I took in 1. I have 2. I took in another one. Because I can do all of these things for myself, no man will have me because he doesn't want to be with somebody who's equal to himself.
So his only
That's a-
value then is in taking care of you. His value is not in.
But that's when she gonna go and
he
get
wasn't saying
a
that
white man
before.
and let him make her the CEO of a for real
But I'm
company.
just asking, is
I
that
already
only?
got a white man trying to make me the CEO
Exactly.
of this company, and I ain't
Real
got a marriage.
stuff.
So that's the
Right.
only value a man brings, though.
I don't think so.
I'm
Oh, not a-
asking.
No, the value that a man brings. You talking about in a relationship?
What I'm saying is,
No, a
if-
man
if
should
you-
bring like just love.
that's what I'm saying.
He should bring love. He should bring companionship. He should bring
Security,
should
trust,
bring-
structure.
and-
So for me,
security, trust, structure.
What? What just happened?
I don't know.
Security structure. I'm like, yeah, that's some shit that I'm. Damn, do I bring security and structure?
security meaning if I am out with you, I feel more safe, and I feel like I'm not going to get harassed
See,
and
I don't
accosted.
feel- I don't feel that
Some
structure.
men feel like security is financial.
I know that. I know.
men who feel like security is financial. See, that was my belief. That was my belief when I was younger.
Most women feel like
It's
that.
like
too, by
a
the way.
man is supposed to be your protector, your provider, and he's also supposed to provide that structure. That's what I grew up
And the
on.
woman's
You
supposed
can't do that,
to.
bro.
But this is the thing. it took me to drug dealers, big time drug
Right, because
dealers.
women think a man can't do that, bro.
No, because
Most
listen, this is the thing. To me, in my head, it was like, yeah, he a dope boy, and I mean, he a dope man, and he got guns. So if something jump off, he gonna protect me. He got millions. I go shopping every day, so I'm secure. We live in this nice house, so I'm secure. He a provider. He provides structure because he don't let me go out. I can't do all this. But the thing is now that I'm older, I understand that nobody was protecting me from him and the things that he was trying to take from me. When I asked for security, I asked for emotional security, not only physical security. I don't need financial security because I'm secure. I'm gonna make sure I'm secure.
Yeah.
Shit, if I got to, I'm gonna put you on my back and make sure we secure.
That's right. And what's wrong with that?
So I ain't got to
because when you reduce people down, in my opinion, when you reduce people down to roles, the minute that they can't fulfill that role, they're feeling like they're not adding value to the relationship. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's a lot that happens in life. Mm-hmm. People could get laid off. They could lose their job. You could fuck some shit up, get cancer, I don't know, and you can no longer provide for me. So that means you're no good to me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'd rather be in a relationship where we're building together and we're together for love, and I need you for that companionship. Like, if I only need you for your money, the minute that money gone, then what? We got ebbs and flows.
So, all right, hold on. Let me ask this, though. What are dreams?
What do you mean dreams? Like an actual dream when you go to sleep?
Yeah,
or
an actual dream when you go to sleep.
I believe that they're a transportation into a different dimension, and in regards to me moving into that other part of my life, like astral projection, if I'm saying it right.
Being up.
I think dreams are just thoughts, subconscious thoughts.
Subconscious thoughts, Dr. Huggins?
I agree, because I think that it just depends on what you were doing before you went to bed. Sometimes that depends on what kind of dream you have.
That is a very good one. I love that, because I dream about stuff that I'm like going through in life for real. All right, but so if your significant other is having dreams and a wet dream about somebody else, would you be offended by that?
Not me.
Tell me.
I was about to say, would you want them to share that?
No.
Well, if they told you, would you be
What if
offended?
you woke up and you felt the wetness?
Feel like,
I mean, would you be mad if you found out your girl?
I wouldn't want to know.
I'm saying you do know though.
Like,
You know now. You know now.
Shit like that.
You know now.
Well, what if she didn't watch that? What if she woke up and you was like, and she was all happy? He's like, what you dreaming about? And she like,
she probably gonna get hit that morning, and she wake up like
no,
that.
don't say she gonna be all happy, because listen, you can tell.
I'm saying, would you be?
Dream. Like, you can look at her and see why she's sleep. When she get the squeezing everything real tight and
so you mad? You mad about something that she can't control?
So I'm asking you, bro.
You're mad about something she can't
I want to go deeper.
Right.
Yo, wait, we got something to
I
talk
don't care.
about.
It doesn't bother me.
We got B-Nut right now. I see what's happening. Can I please talk to you? Bro, you said you would be mad about it. Let's talk more about that.
Tell me.
But she did. Because
she didn't know that you would be offended by it, so she told you.
After she told me.
Oh, because what?
Because I don't want to hear that.
I mean, I'm saying, like, what are you mad though? It's a fantasy.
I wouldn't want to hear. I probably wouldn't be mad. I just wouldn't want to hear her.
And she said, like, I don't know what happened. I just dreamed it.
In a dream, bro. It's a dream.
It don't matter. I wouldn't want to hear that.
But the fact that if it's a dream and you verbalize it to your husband or to your significant other, that means you in some way are trying to convince me that you want to actually have this.
Oh my gosh.
Like if you say,
I do not think that way.
I slept with in my dream, I was sleeping with my sister.
You want me to accept that?
So now that when I see your sister husband, I'm gonna be looking like, this bitch be dreaming about him.
Right.
What if?
Especially if it's somebody we know. Oh no, you better not know. No, I'm gonna divorce you.
Damn, it's hard in these streets. Oh, man. That's why she running from marriage.
She wake up.
I'm just playing.
No.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm about to go to the
use that as an
example. Like this all day. Like, damn. You You call me like,
It's
what's up,
different,
baby?
I guess, if she's just like, ooh, babe,
No.
let me tell you about this dream I had. But if she wake up and you like, what you dreaming about? And she just be like, nothing.
That nigga
No,
at
she gonna
work.
be like,
What you
for
say, this
bullshit.
nigga at work?
Walk away like
But hold on. Well, hold on. Wait.
gotta work.
Well, wait.
And that's
Do
different.
y'all have dreams about people that you never met before?
Yes.
Of course.
You have dreams. Okay, so if yo dude dreams about a woman he's never met before, but he has sex with her and he has a wet dream, is that something you could be angry about?
Yes, do not tell me. If you having a wet dream and that happened, then I'm probably, if you lay next to me, I'm naked. So you can go on and get that off and keep that on in your brain. But don't tell me.
But if you see like the sheets with nut on them,
The sheets was wet with nut on them when we went to sleep.
nah, if they wasn't,
They was.
I feel like this too though. If you having a wet dream and you laying next to a woman,
Damn.
then you in the wrong relationship.
huh?
I feel like if you having a wet dream and you laying next to a woman, you in the wrong relationship. Cause you're like,
You spent before you went to bed.
you shouldn't even be that aroused.
Oh, he's saying you should have got it in before you went to bed, and
Yeah,
then maybe you wouldn't have this wet dream about.
Maybe that's why I've never been in that situation.
That's true.
'Cause
Like-
I don't think it's true. I think we could
You
get.
have sex with your woman every night, though?
But you're not about to know. I'm
Hopefully.
saying though, you're not about to not have
Y'all
sex with your woman enough for you to have a wet dream. Like you gotta have go.
Wet dreams are for teenagers.
Wet
It's for
dreams
people
are
who
for
ain't
guys
getting.
that's not getting any. Like if you're not getting any, then yeah.
I don't agree.
It's not
I
true.
don't know about men,
That's
but
not
I
true.
think that
That's not true.
Pregnant,
I'm telling
I
you,
feel
no,
like
it's
when
not.
you're
pregnant, you have all kinds of
Yes.
dreams. Why are you playing?
Huh?
pregnant women have wet
Have
dreams.
what?
All the
You never had a
time.
wet dream laying next to a woman? Like when you was in a relationship.
Yeah. Yes.
I never had a
But,
wet dream in a relationship.
But, you know, I mean, I think that that's a special occasion for anybody.
Like for the word.
I don't think that it's a big deal. I think like so we could get it in and we could be chilling and watching a movie and then you go to sleep and you're dreaming about that woman in the movie.
But you're not gonna dream about her enough.
You might be dreaming about getting it in with her.
But you're not gonna dream enough to make you wet dream. Like to make you.
But are you personalizing it though? Like you don't know that.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't.
But I'm saying though, like we're just talking about in general. Can you be upset with somebody you're with about what they're dreaming about?
Hell yeah.
Dang.
If you
Really? You think so? You don't?
I don't
so?
think you should be upset.
You could be upset with somebody about what they're dreaming about.
dreaming. You can't control it.
You do that, bro.
But you wouldn't have nightmares.
You don't tell me every time you blink. You don't tell me every time you breathe.
So it ain't about the dream, it's about them telling you about the dream. It's like if I see
it's like I
I get
I
that.
see she got a fat ass. We all see she got a fat ass.
Right.
You say like she got a fat ass. That's a problem for me.
no.
Man, don't she got a fat ass? Don't she got a fat ass? Look at that ass. Look at that ass. Look at that ass.
So what if y'all both see the fat ass and look at each other and laugh?
That's
That's
different.
different.
That's like
Oh no, then you know he's thinking she got a fat ass. So what's the difference?
If we both bust a nut, it's not a problem.
What on his dream?
If it's possible, share it. Ain't share it. Keep that shit to yourself.
I agree with you, Alpha. I don't know about
But it's
that.
also
That's
the same
crazy.
thing
Like,
with a
y'all
women.
wanna
Because
control-
that's a dream.
Like, well, what about what somebody's thinking though? What about what somebody's thinking? If let's say that like if your guy is like, if you like, what are you thinking about?
I got a
man?
good
And
one.
they
I got a
like,
good
All
one.
right, come on.
What if you and your significant other,
Mm-hmm.
it's been kind of rocky, and he was thinking about cheating,
Mm-hmm.
and he comes to you and was like, "Man, we got to get this together. I'm thinking about stepping out. Like, you think that's acceptable?"
Yes.
That's
That's what
acceptable
you're
for
supposed
him
to
to
do.
tell you.
I
Yeah.
think that's what you're supposed to do.
Because if you're
Yeah,
you're
fucking
telling
right.
me-
Y'all
if
are
you're telling
tripping.
me if you're
Yeah.
telling me that this is something that you're thinking about, then that
Ain't no way.
That-
Y'all
I think
are
you
not
should.
being real.
I think you should tell the
I
other
think you
person.
should, too.
But I don't see how you can't get mad at that, but you'll get mad at over a dream.
The reason
Yo,
why
please,
to
man,
me,
please,
it's like,
bro,
what is
stop
your-
this bullshit,
What is your
bro.
intention? What's your intention of
They not
telling
being
me
real.
about your?
Ain't no
what's
way.
your intention of telling me about your dream and you fucking some other woman?
Because you asked me.
I didn't. You didn't say that.
Well, I
That's the
said
question.
if they just say what
If
you
I
had a
ask you-
dream about.
Whatever I ask you, if I say what you had a dream about and you tell me, that is on me. Then that turns the fault.
But I
on
would
me.
want you to say some bullshit.
You want me to lie?
Yeah, say it to some bullshit. That ain't no lie. That's some bullshit to me.
Yeah. I would say that. I would be like some bullshit.
Yeah,
Oh,
Some
say
bullshit.
that.
Some bullshit you don't want to get.
But
Wait a
you're
minute.
okay with your significant other saying
I'm thinking about cheating.
I feel like if you think
I know good and well
Talk
you
to
don't
me, 'cause
think
I would
that
want
shit.
you to talk to me.
I think
That's
If you feeling like
And she
if you
feels
feeling
like
the
she
way-
wants to cheat.
Yes, because that means she's feeling it's something that I'm doing to make her feel
Or
like, or not doing to make her feel like that. So
I think
If
that's what's
somebody-
gonna
if
have
somebody comes and
longevity in your
tells me-
relationship.
If somebody
you
comes,
could talk
if-
about that.
If she comes and tells me something like that, it's a fucking rap.
Oh, you leaving her?
Yeah.
But not if she punch you in your face.
She have a dream about a nigga.
I never said how
Well,
I would
okay,
feel
well,
if she
you-
had a dream about it.
Would you get mad if she?
Oh yeah.
I don't get mad. I don't think that's mad
Fucking
worthy.
yeah.
Now you ain't about to just be sitting there bragging about it like I was like that is
Who is this
good.
invisible nigga?
Nah, bro.
Ass up. Dream about it.
You'll never fucking sleep again in this fucking house. The fuck going on? Hell fucking no. You dreamed about a fucking
Wow, push her ass out the bed.
But it's not fair for me to be mad, but I don't give a fuck.
I think I would be mad.
It's disrespectful for you to think, want,
Yeah.
or dream about another motherfucker. Like hell no.
But I guess it's for real. If you're telling what she said or they're saying is, if you tell me what's your intention
That's
behind
terrible.
that.
Yes, why
That's
are you
fucked
telling
up.
me that?
No. If they're ready to cheat, they want to. No, I'm not. No, it's over.
No, if they're just thinking about it. Like, what if
How
they're
can you be thinking about that?
because we've been going through some shit, and I'm just like, I'm out, and this dude is
Dina, you
is
know
listening.
That is wrong, bro.
I'm not.
I'm saying it-
cheater, so
what I'm
I don't
saying
think
it-
There's nothing
That
that
you
can
would- accept it?
Tell me like
No,
Did you
it's-
repair that relationship?
You have to repair. That's her point. That's her point.
But I feel like
If
if,
she-
if the
That's bad.
point
She's
is to
terrible.
repair it, to say that I'm thinking about fucking somebody else is not how you should do it.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
Well, I think that you should say,
Like, I miss our intimacy, or we need to talk more. We should go out and do this. Whatever you feeling like you need to go out and get, you should talk to your partner about, hey, this is what I need from you right now. Other than
but what if
like,
he don't get it?
But this is my whole thing. I feel like to walk up to your man and be like, I'm thinking about cheating is like walking up to your woman and be like, fat bitch.
Or walking up to you and saying this relationship
It's
is
the same
over.
thing.
Well, I think this. I think that if you are in a relationship for a long time and y'all are going through a rocky period, it's like a month, and something y'all just can't get shit right, and he might be out or she might be out, whoever is out, and you're talking and really talking to somebody and vibing with them, and you're like, I'm tripping, like, you know what, I gotta go home, I'm tripping. You go home and you like, man, we got to get this together.
Right.
Like, we've been going through this for about a month. I'm really feeling some type of way. And then nothing comes of it. Nothing comes of it,
It's a
right?
great example of how what you're
Because
saying is right.
I don't know. It's just, and then
Oh
you get
my
to the point where you're like, look,
So
when I was
what does he say to that? What does the man say to that?
what do you mean?
I'm saying you come home and say, hey, I was out vibing. I was out vibing and I was talking to this guy and I ain't gonna even lie. Like, I really like this guy. I was thinking about cheating. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
What
because
is
we
the-
fucked
so
up, babe.
what-
We got to get it together.
So what does he say? What does he say to that? What does he do? What does he do? What does he do? It is. Thank you. But it, just in case it's not, what is his response to that? Let me think.
I
of
can
a
tell you what
response.
my response would be if somebody came to me and said,
All right,
that.
come on. Let's go. Let me hear it. That's good.
I would have to digest that, but I wouldn't leave that person. I would
die. We want to know the response. The
I
answer.
would just be like, well, damn, did you? Where was you? Like, I had some questions first before I understand where you're coming from.
Say no, I didn't.
like, nah,
but I
I'm thinking
really,
about
but
it.
I really
I
was.
vibing with-
And
I
I feel
was.
like, well,
I promise
what's
you, if
What's making you think
I
that?
was this close,
Let's have this.
I
Why
was
are you
this
thinking
close.
about that?
Right. The fact that you're saying, why would you think that? That's a better way
Say
to come
because-
at somebody if there's some issues. is
Well, I
why
feel like y'all
am I
been
thinking
coming
that?
at if I'm sitting here and I view if he views what I'm saying as complaining
Mm-hmm.
and nagging,
Right.
all this stuff, like we didn't had these conversations
Mm-hmm.
off and on for this month,
Mm-hmm.
and I just feel like the energy I'm getting from him is he feel like I'm nagging him and he ain't understanding. He don't know where I'm coming from. He think, here she go again, nagging. Here she go again with this bullshit. And I'm out and I don't know, start vibing. I'm like, I'm tripping. Let me go on home. And I'm like, bruh, like, we need to make a decision. If we're going to do this, we need to work on this because I've been talking to you about things that are bothering me and things that are keeping us from getting back to us.
Right.
And you're not listening.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still not. Like, I'm going to say
That's
to
what
him,
happened to my
I'm going
say.
to say to you,
That's what happened.
bruh,
to my
like,
last
it's getting to the point where I'm thinking about cheating and that's not what I want to do.
Because I'm not thinking about cheating. I'm gonna tell you what the issues are. Because listen, if I sat here right now and I pinched your arm and you said, this hurt. If I keep on pinching you, that means I don't give a fuck. But if I stop pinching you because I don't want you to hurt, then that means I actually care. So when I come to my man and I say, babe, this is the issue that I'm having, and I know I'm at that point, and you still don't do shit about it, then I'm leaving you. I'm not gonna. My coochie too good to be trying.
Well,
to
I'm not
saying.
saying that I am going to cheat. I'm saying like even if you're not a cheater, right? And you're sitting here and let's just say you're talking and it seems like this person is understanding, like you just at the bar, it's chopping it up and it seemed like he understands.
Because I'm at the point to trying to figure out why do I feel more comfortable talking to this man who I don't.
That's
know.
my point.
Exactly. So that's how I'm gonna bring it to my man. Where's our breakdown? Me saying I'm going to cheat on you is me.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to cheat on you. I'm
I
saying
would definitely come to him like these are. I feel like we need to fix these things because I feel like I'm not getting the attention that I want. I'm not getting the.
What if you already
affection
said
I
all
want.
that stuff?
Then if I've already said it, I'm gonna let you deal with the consequences of the effect. I don't look at love as an emotion. I look at love as
Action.
action.
It is.
Right. So
I
if
agree.
I look at it as an action, and how you said, if I feel like if I think that he feel like I'm nagging and I'm getting on his nerves and things like that, I don't look at him and think that he can make me do anything. Nobody can make me do anything. I have full control of myself. So what I'm going to do is reassess myself. If I'm not feeling what I need to feel to fulfill me in this relationship, I shouldn't be in it.
I know, but I'm just saying like long term,
I
people
don't
can
care.
have times in which they're not.
So what I'm going to do is if I'm in a long-term relationship, like I don't believe that when you get married that people can grow apart. Is what I do is the same thing I do with my children. My children have changed over the time from when they was babies to how they are now. And what I have done is adapt to learn who that person is. So me and my children have never grown apart. So when I meet a man that I'm going to be in a relationship with, as he grow, I have to stop, adapt, and learn who he is now.
I agree.
Right. So,
but what happens if sometimes I just think ideally that happens, but like
it only happen. I feel like it happened. The disconnect is when y'all both are not trying to get to know the new person. Because I know in my 39 years, I could only imagine as all of us, we have all been different people over the time that we've been living. So when I get married, who I am now is not who I'm always going to be. So if you love the person that I am now, I know I'm going to love the person I'm turning into. At least I hope so. And I would hope that you would love who I am at that time too. And at any
because at your core, you are who you are.
Right. But at any moment that you feel like you can't or you feel like you don't, then love me. Practice it. Do things for me that when you see my likes and wants and everything change, then start to focus on the things that I like and want at that time, and then you'll see the appreciation. Appreciation breeds that emotion that we call love in my book. Because if I like maybe one day I might turn goth or whatever. Now that I'm goth, if you buy me something black, I'm like, oh, he really cares. Let me do something. Now I'm practicing reciprocation because now.
So how do you come at your? So what is the line you draw then with your significant other on the feelings that you're feeling?
What do you mean?
So we can't talk about our dreams, depending on what they are. If I'm thinking about if we're getting to the point where if we're getting to if we're getting to the point where I'm feeling like I don't want to be in this relationship no more.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say that?
Yes, I feel like people lie to themselves. People want their love to be unconditional, and I don't believe that anybody's love for anybody is unconditional.
I think it is.
My love for my kids is not unconditional.
Right.
The reason why my love for my kids is not unconditional, my kids love me back. My love is based off of reciprocation only. So
not for me though.
Exactly, but
because you love your child before that child reciprocated it.
No.
You didn't love your child in the belly? You didn't love your child when she first came out?
And they clung to me, even then. When they came out and they were bright and big and good inside, that showed I was appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of the time. The feelings that I have for a person are feelings of, for me, to me, are feelings of appreciation. Like when you miss a person, you missing the time, you appreciating the good times, because nobody appreciates or miss when they was getting beat on, punched on, cussed out, whatever.
No, that's extreme.
No, but I mean, any negative time, people don't miss that part. People miss the good times because they appreciate the smiles. They appreciate the moments. They appreciate the actions of love that were in those moments. So for me, my love is based off of reciprocation. If I do for you and you do for me, and then I'm going to do bigger for you, and then you're going to do bigger for me, and then I'm going to.
So it's transactional.
It's reciprocation. If you want to call it transactional, I believe
love is actions.
If I don't do nothing, if I just sit here and don't talk to you, don't give you time, don't give you anything, how do you love me?
I mean, but okay. So say you do love somebody,
mm-hmm.
and then something is going on with him,
mm-hmm.
and they're not reciprocating.
Mm-hmm.
You stop loving them?
It starts to, what it does is there's a bank that we all have that eventually it depletes that account, because I can keep loving you and keep loving you, because there's things that you do that replenish my love, that put more love back in it. Those tiny deposits that you make. But after a certain amount of time,
is that love?
Yes, to me it is. That's the real.
See, I guess it depends on how you define unconditional love.
Is that like?
I feel like my love is conditional.
How would you define unconditional love?
I love you.
The love we have for God.
Yeah.
But no one loves anyone.
I love God because of how.
And
I love
no,
God because
yes you do.
I think you do.
Yes,
I think
you do.
I do. I think I.
Yes,
I think,
you do.
I
yes,
think,
you do.
I think
you
that
love people without
I
conditions.
don't think so.
I love God because
now the love developed because of conditions.
I mean, like,
but
fucking with somebody and loving them.
I agree.
Is a different thing. Like, right. Man, I can be estranged from somebody but still love them.
Yep.
I can hate something that they did to fracture the relationship, but still, in general, love them. Like,
because
don't want them.
Appreciation of the time that we spent.
And
because
just
because
of the value of the person that they and what they mean to you.
Once you stop showing that action because of that person's actions, if you stop.
I mean,
so what if you
what about if the action is not going to fucking kill them?
Mm-mm.
What you mean?
The inaction is an action in itself.
Like if you love her,
mm-hmm.
and you showing that you love her, and she does something to make you not want to be around her, and you say, well, I'm not going to go around her, but I still love her. You don't.
Yeah,
because you're not doing the same thing.
The action is not the love.
The action is the love. That's what I'm saying.
The action is the expression of the love.
No,
but it's not the love in itself.
Love is an adjective. It is a working thing, so it has to be constant.
Right, but there's a vibration that's always moving. The love. Hold on, wait.
Mm-hmm.
A love is something that just permeates. It's not something that has to be a physical action. Because, like, for example, I got a sister that lives in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And like when I wrote my book and found out that my dad wasn't my dad, that became honestly not my biological sister at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't go see her. I don't go do anything. But man, my love for her has not wavered.
Why?
I feel exactly the same way about her that I always did. But I haven't put action. I haven't called her. I haven't done anything to exhibit love. But the love is just basically coming out of me as just a vibration. Period. So I
It's
don't
like
think that action.
cooking.
But if I'm with her, but if I'm in Atlanta in the same vicinity with her, we might go out to eat. We might take pictures. We might hold it down. But just because we don't do those things, there's no lack of love.
What it is it's a deposit kind of situation. It's a deposit from the actions that you're doing. If you fill this cup up right now, that means I will be filled with love. If you pour into me, right? You pour into my cup and then I pour into your cup. Then we both have love for each other. And us pouring is the loving. When you pour into my cup and I don't pour into your cup, eventually you still got something in your cup. You ain't got as much as I got. Because I'm not pouring back. I'm not reciprocating the love that's in my cup. And so eventually your cup is now empty and you have
How did the cup become empty?
Because you keep pouring into my cup.
So what happens if
you're loving me and I'm not loving you back?
But no.
No, because that's different. That's different.
Yeah, but the love doesn't.
That's what it is.
But the love is an endless thing. It's not a physical.
Like
it's not a physical thing. No.
What it is the reason why you feel like you can look like me. I have sisters and brothers.
And I don't need somebody to love me in order for me to love them either.
I don't think first of all, you have to have met them. And then you have to, like you're saying,
what do you mean you had to meet them?
I'm just saying, you said if you go to your sister from all of the times that y'all have had before you found out that she was not your biological sister. Now, her being your biological sister has absolutely nothing to do with the effect of love. And she has not taken anything out of your cup. So your cup, when you see her, is still going to be filled with love because she hasn't withdrawn any deposits. How you withdraw is when you take from people emotionally. When I'm dogging you, when I'm treating you bad, those are withdrawals of love. When I treat you good and you're getting that deposit of love. But if I go to the bank right now and I got $1,000 in there and I ain't never took 1,000. When I go to the bank, it's gonna be $1,000. So those people that you love from afar, they didn't deplete your.
So what happens? Do you think a child can have unconditional love?
Do I think a child? No.
Nah, I understand.
Because children can
Explain to me how it is that a mother can have children that she don't take care of and don't want nothing to do with,
and their children still love them.
But wait a minute, hold on.
Because you gave me life, because they're being told that out of appreciation for the life that you provided.
All love is. Hold on, listen though. Mm-hmm. All love is not unconditional. But some love is can unconditional. Be.
I think so.
So just because all love doesn't mean that some love is not. Like there's some people that have relationships that have happened in which they have unconditional love for this person. A mother isn't guaranteed to have unconditional love for her child, but she can. So just because like we have to take ourselves out of it personally. And then understand that this thing of unconditional love, and even if humans can't exhibit unconditional love, we still could say that God may have unconditional love, unconditional understanding, unconditional forgiveness for whatever it is that we might do, because the totality of us, he understands when, why, and where we did what we did. And so people can have that same type of love for somebody that they've dealt with. It is possible.
I don't think so.
So what about a person who...
just because it's not possible for you doesn't mean
when you say
that it's not possible for someone else.
Why do you feel like... Let me ask this. Do you feel like God loves you?
Yes.
Can you come up with reasons why?
Why God loves me?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's who he is. He's a God of love.
Right. So when now God will have unconditional love. Excuse me. To me, will have unconditional love because you don't even have to be a person who believes in Him for Him to love you. But as humans, we have reasons. When I have a reason why I love you, that's my condition. It's because
But why does a
I
mother?
know, but
Why,
listen,
hold on,
what
but
if-
why
what
does
if
a
that
mother love a
condition-
newborn
what if
baby
that
though?
there's no
Why does a
condition?
father
What
love
if
a
that
newborn
condition
baby?
leads-
I don't know. You couldn't ask me that because I don't know no fathers that love a newborn baby personally.
But I love
I
my
did.
newborn granddaughter as
Okay,
soon as
you
she
do.
just came out, August the
do.
4th. So now I'm telling you, now you know somebody. So why?
I don't know.
I think
Oh,
the
I know
father of my
you don't
children
know,
loved
so-
his children when they came out.
Because it is an inherent, natural process to love.
I
That's-
don't agree with that.
I do
But
too.
wait a minute.
I think you
so
love
you mean to
before
tell me
you
I
don't.
don't love my granddaughter?
No, I do not think that.
So she's brand new, never met her, but as soon as she came, I cried because I loved her. The first time I looked at her, I walked out of my daughter's hospital room and cried because I love my granddaughter immediately, and I love her. And if anybody ever fucked
I
with her,
ask you
it would have to go down. So hold on,
Can I ask you this, though?
yeah.
Did you love the baby next to your granddaughter?
There was no baby next to my
Okay, if
granddaughter.
it was a baby next to your granddaughter when she was born.
But now
did
you're
you
asking
love
me a
her?
hypothetical thing that
I mean,
didn't
what-
exist. So how can
You
I
don't
answer
know.
that?
I'm just saying,
Because it's
would you
because-
just love a random baby
because
in the hospital?
Well,
would you have walked out and cried
yeah.
because
well, I will say
I would love it, but not to that
I will
extent.
say I love all until the love is taken away for whatever reason, because that love isn't right. But all love isn't unconditional. Like, bro, I will love the random customer who walks in my store. Right?
I guess it depends
But
on what
so-
kind of
so-
love y'all are speaking of.
Right. So there's
And how you
levels, there's
define
probably
love.
levels of love. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that it's fair for you to ask me what I love
Random kid.
random child to
I
compare a
understand.
random child to
Because
my
what I'm saying
granddaughter
is,
when I
because
look at her and
you're
say that
playing
my
love
hands
and
made it.
addiction.
You're loving your grandchild because that's
it's
your grandchild.
And she will always be my grandchild no matter whatever it is that she does. So the
Exactly.
conditions
Is
would
that
never
she's your
change.
grandchild.
But that will
That's
never
the
change.
condition.
But
Right.
the condition will never change.
Exactly. That's
So
the
how-
condition, though. That is the condition. Because if she was somebody else's grandchild,
But-
she would not have that
but
same
it's
love as long as you are a person.
Okay,
You're a
so
person,
the
okay?
condition is something that will not change. So therefore, the love is structured and it will not change.
Got you.
Am I
Is
right?
that what you're saying?
Right.
It's the only thing I'm saying. Is
Because y'all saying no
you're
matter
right.
y'all saying no matter if it's your child or not,
It
fuck
doesn't
them. They
matter.
you still cannot love them.
No,
but what
it's
I'm
not
saying
about
is
them
the
not
only
loving them.
condition that I have is that she is my grandchild, and that is a unwaverable condition.
Right.
So how can that condition be changed?
To me, unconditional love means once I have it for you, the
I'm-
conditions
no.
is by which you
Created the love.
Will never change.
if it did change,
That's
it
not
doesn't.
right.
My love doesn't change. So for me, if we fall in love and something happens, he go off to the Navy or whatever, and he gone, or he just
You
leaves.
still love them.
Maybe he runs away. 10 years down the line, I see him again, and I'm like, ooh, I never stopped loving you. What is the condition there?
Do
My-
you still love
my-
your husband? Your ex-husband?
I'm not in love with him, but I do still love him.
And my idea of unconditional love means if I love you, right? But you my son, but you come in and you motherfucking wreck my car, or you motherfucking go and rape somebody, or you do something that embarrasses our fucking family. Do I say, man, man, bro,
I don't
I'm
love him
done
no
fucking loving you.
Who can do
You
that?
are fucking just an
You can just
embarrassment.
touch your love
This is an embarrassment
It's not
to our family. Or even you kill your brother, another fucking son of mine. You say I don't love you no more because you fucking have broke this condition of what I put my love around.
No, the condition that
What is the
love,
condition that
that's-
you take your love
exactly.
back from your child?
The condition, no, it's not a condition of. For me, it's not a condition of which I will take my love back from my child because
I mean,
my
it
condition,
is.
no, it's not. My condition is that it's my child. That's my condition. Is that it came out of me.
Like you said, that's your grandchild.
Well, that's a different kind of unconditional.
I mean,
love.
y'all trying to finesse it
That
now.
condition
I-
never changed.
What
Y'all
you're saying
finessing
is,
now.
I'm not finessing. I'm
No.
saying that I'm breaking it all the way down for it is.
So,
what it
yo,
is.
you
So
do
break
have-
it down in a
Condition, like you
relationship.
said,
But y'all
the
saying that you
condition
can
of that
strip
being
your
her
love
child
away
will
from
never
somebody.
change.
You're saying that you
Okay,
can
let's
strip
take
your
our
love.
children out of it.
Okay.
No,
Let's
you
make it
can't.
a frame
You can't because the children are unconditional love.
So for me,
Because the condition of them being your child never changes.
so that condition.
So what if you find out
But
it's
that's
no
the
longer
only
your
person
child?
that you can
You stop
apply
loving it. As a
unconditional
man,
love for.
as a man,
That's the
you
question
love
you
this
said.
child.
No, that's not the question.
That is.
The reason why you still can't.
Because now it's not your child.
Because
Because if
men,
it's not your child, now hold on. If it's not your child, right?
If what? Hold on. What
If
happened?
you found out the child
It's
wasn't
not
yours, does your
Then
love
the
stop?
condition change.
That's the condition that stops.
No,
They're no
Now-
longer your
bullshit.
child.
The
If you do that,
difference-
that's fuckery.
From what I said from the very beginning,
That's not right.
the
What?
reason,
Let me hear.
the reason why love is, or whatever you want to call love, is because of appreciation of the time. So if I am holding this baby and I'm taking care of this baby and I'm buying diapers for this baby, then I find out the baby ain't mine. The condition is based on the love that I received or the love that I felt when I had this baby. That's the condition. If I've never dealt with this baby, never held this baby, never fed this baby, then I find out this baby ain't mine.
No, I get that.
That's the condition.
So what I'm asking you is, I think earlier
Yeah.
you said that it's reciprocated.
If they
So
gave
once
you
that
if they gave you the
reciprocation
wrong baby at
stops,
the hospital, that's and
If
you
they
say
gave me the wrong
baby at the hospital, you don't gotta love that baby.
If they gave me the wrong baby at the hospital,
You what?
listen, because if they gave me the wrong baby at the hospital and we were still at the hospital and the baby was still in the carriage and I never looked at the baby nor picked the baby up and they said, "Oops, we gave you the wrong baby," then I let them take the baby. But if I took the baby home, took care of the baby, the time that I spent with the baby, and I started
That couldn't build unconditional love.
that would mean, and then you come to me and you say you're going to take this baby because this baby's not mine.
so let's take. Can we take kids out of this?
Yeah.
would you love your biological child?
I don't know my biological
So you
child.
wouldn't.
I would not know you to love you.
So you wouldn't love him.
I don't see how that's possible. If you bring me,
I think it's possible.
No.
I think you have this connection to your biological child.
So you would
I
love both
wouldn't know.
children?
I
Yeah.
wouldn't know because I've been with my kids. So if you took my
The same?
child and then
Yes.
you say this is your child,
Yes, I would.
How?
I mean, I guess I could never know unless I'm really in that situation.
Right,
But if
I
I sat and got the wrong kid and I'm raising this kid and this kid is about 5 years old, at that point, that's my baby.
right?
So then another lady comes and was like, I knew it. That baby looked just like me. This baby looked just like you. I knew they switched our birth. I've been trying to investigate this for 5 years. This is your kid. And I look at that kid. I think I would. I think I would feel a connection to that child because I carried that child in my.
You would be thinking to yourself about the.
I think I would look at that child and be like, look that child in the eyes.
I'm supposed to.
I don't think so.
I'm supposed to love this child. So
I don't think
now
so.
I have this kid that I have to learn and grow with. I got this 5-year-old little kid that I don't know. So
I think you would automatically connect with that
first you're a
child.
stranger to me. Because I don't know you. So we got to get to know each other. And then after I get to know you, now I love you because we have built that connection. That's the condition. That's the condition. Because like he was saying, unconditional love. If his son went out and did a whole bunch of fuck shit that he didn't want him to do and was killing people, doing all kind of stuff, he would still love his son. The condition is that it's his son. Now you don't love Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right.
I guess this is me. I feel like if we take kids out of this situation,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I am in love with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Unconditional love to me means that your condition may change. The reasons why I fell in love with you may change. But it's too late. I love you now. And just because, like, you go bald or because I loved your locks
Mm-hmm.
and now you don't have hair. Or maybe you used to be a vegan and stand 10 toes down and meditate and do all that. And now you found God and now you believe in God and I don't. Like, I think that unconditional love means, although you may change throughout our life and you might make a mistake or something might happen, my love is not unwavering. I might not like the thing that you did, but I still love you.
But because because of during the time that you have done those things, you have taken, but you've also put back. That's what makes, when somebody talks about unconditional love, to me, is a person who has taken, but they also put back. So yes, I've done you wrong in these ways, but I've also put back. Maybe you got $1,000 in the bank, and
so when does it put back happen though? What if
okay, you got $1,000 in the bank, and I'm me and you, we sisters or whatever, right? You got $1,000 in the bank of love for me. I need to borrow $700 because right now I'm down and I'm cussing you out and you ain't shit and da 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 da. But then something happens to you. I got your $700 plus $5. So now you overloaded. So next time I go off on you and I do some fuck shit, you overflow with the love from the last time that I had for you. So now you got a little bit more to give me, and I got a little bit more to give you. It's all about that reciprocation. Whatever I take from you, either I put back equal or I put back more.
But how long does it take? How long does it take you not to put
on the person?
So to me, that's what unconditional.
It's not unconditional.
So let's say this. Let's say you with this person, and your reason for falling in love with this person is because how this person makes you feel. Right? This person makes you feel like you know what I'm saying, you the best person in the world. So now, this person stopped making you feel like that. Now this person makes you feel like you're the worst person in the world.
It's not unconditional.
I'm just saying. So would you stay with that person?
It ain't about.
But all love is not unconditional. Every relationship is not unconditional. Y'all are talking about.
If you don't want to be with me anymore because of the way I make you feel,
it's not unconditional.
You done. You wanting to be with me because of the way I made you feel.
So I guess our definition of love is different.
But can
I feel like I
hold
can
on?
still love you.
Look, let me.
So if you need, to me,
I
love.
can summarize it. Unconditional love, right, is like almost reserved for children and family, like
and your husband and wife ain't your
immediate.
family?
They are, but they're not lineage. They're not, like, unconditional love is almost specifically for children.
Your blood.
For real.
Other than that, the love is conditional based on how you treat each other.
Yes,
You cannot have unconditional love for a spouse. No. You cannot have unconditional love. You can't have even unconditional love for a parent. But the parent probably can have unconditional love for the child because of how the connection goes. And
how do you explain abused children still loving their parents?
Because they have unconditional love, but it's not necessarily more probable than a parent. A parent might not have unconditional love for a child, but I would just think
might not know what love is.
I would think that unconditional love is much more probable from a parent to a child, specifically a mother to her children. And then the father is probably gets in there a little more inclusive, and then the children back to the parent. But when you meet somebody fresh off the street and you fall in love with them, that falling in love is conditional. There's no
I think being in
conditional.
But love can be unconditional.
There's no because
because
love and
I'm
hate.
not with you and we're not good for each other does not mean that I don't love you.
The reason why you're not with me is because I took so much. What you have left, that's the love you have for me.
Right, and that's not.
And you need, and what she's saying is, you need enough of that bank account in order to sustain the goddamn rent that we need in order to pay for this love shit that we got.
If you was in love with me,
Dr. Huggins, you don't love a spouse unconditionally.
So
you just don't.
Has changed.
You don't. You might still have love for him. You still do.
But
we're talking about you still got love for him because you don't want to see him die. But what we're saying is you don't have a for real unconditional love means they could fucking kill somebody that you know and you'll go to court and lie on the stand for them.
No, that is not love. That's not love.
It's not
That's love.
necessarily
What was
To
love.
me, that's not love. To
What
me,
is
that
love?
is.
We're just
That
saying that I'm not.
That's
I'm
not
not.
being
Okay,
loving.
all right. I didn't want to get into that debating what actually love is, but we're just giving an example of
Love is
unconditional
patient,
love
love is
means
kind,
you are going
love is
to
not boastful.
motherfucking like love somebody
I think
regardless
that
of what they
defines it in
do.
real life. Corinthians defines my view of love. Corinthians defines it.
What's it?
But
What is it?
everything
What's
that you said is action.
Action.
Love
Right.
is not boastful. That means I won't boast about it. Love
I
is
know, but
patient. That's the action
That's
of
what
me
I'm
being
having for
patient.
you, though.
Mhm.
Not what you're doing for me in order for me to have these things for you.
But in order for you to feel that you are being loved, I have to be what your definition of love is,
Right.
right?
She has to
Fuck
do
you.
that for you so you can feel love from her.
Have patience with me because.
Yes.
of you. Okay, I hear you.
but
I don't have a but.
unconditional? But actually, let's bring it back. Let me bring it back to Dr. Huggins. Me and you are actually right because unconditional love actually does exist, and it exists with children. Don't try to say just because somebody is your child that it's a guaranteed unconditional thing, because it's not. You could fucking hate your child and not love them anymore from the fuckery, duckery, dick suckery shit
Dang.
that they do. So therefore, unconditional love does exist. Okay? Don't say that it
I
don't.
think it does. Let me see
I
what the
know a guy
dictionary
that shot
says.
his child.
He has shot his child. So therefore, you understand that somebody who doesn't shoot their child is exhibiting what we call unconditional love.
I don't shoot
And
my
the
kids because I
condition-
don't want to shoot them.
Because I'm not a shooter.
Yeah,
To be
well,
killing
I
people.
mean, Bina brought up the
And
fact
if
that
I
somebody's
was,
got
they ain't gonna be the first
I
victim.
know a guy that shot his child,
Because it's not limited.
There's
to
not
love
unconditional
children.
love.
but he still do.
But he
would you
still
say
loves
that
the
he
child.
Still loves that child.
Would I say he still loves a child?
Yes. Would you say that?
It would be up to him to say.
What if he shot his kid?
Yes.
It would be
I
up
think
to
he could
him
shoot
to say.
somebody and love them.
It would be up. Yeah, I think so too.
Because I,
You could shoot somebody because you love them. You could beat somebody because you love them.
You can
I
call
don't
somebody
know.
a fat bitch because you love them.
You could cause
I don't
somebody a
agree
fat
with
bitch
that.
because you love them.
I don't agree.
Who are
I
we
don't
to
agree
say-
that you're
who are
doing
we to
those
say
things
you're
out
not-
of love. You can love somebody and do these things to them, but not because you love them.
So wait a minute.
You're not abusing me because you love me.
Yes.
You can love me and abuse me, but
So
you're
you don't
not.
think that somebody could be drunk in love? Drunk with rage because of love?
No, love and rage are not hand in hand. Love
I
is
don't
separate
know.
from
I feel
I
like
think
if
that people
you're
can
a
be so
toxic person,
angry
you
because
don't
they're.
know the difference.
rage. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I
Right. You
feel.
don't know the difference.
Yeah,
you don't know the difference.
So you don't think
It's
that love
dudes
can make
that
people
think-
do fucked up
No,
shit?
love is not making you do that. That's called jealousy. That's called ego. That's called things that we think are.
If you love-
That is not love. That
if
none of
that's
those
what you
things.
talk- if that's what
That's
you
not
talk,
love. That's
yeah.
not love.
If you love somebody and they scorn you,
That they're not love. They're not loving me. By
What if I was
But
taught that
it's not
I don't
you,
love
it's
you
not
unless I
you.
beat you? That's how I was raised. Like, I don't love my woman unless I put my hands on her.
Well, that's just because you were raised like that does not mean you're exhibiting love to me by putting your hands.
Well,
on me.
that's the way that I exhibit my love, and that's what I
that's
love.
his
I
love
love
language.
You.
That's his love
But
language.
some
Beating.
girls believe that if they
Beating.
don't,
Right, it's girls that believe that.
I know, but that does not mean that they don't know what love
Yo,
is.
son's girlfriend.
Mhm.
Well, that just means she does not know what love is. That
Why
does
you
not.
gonna
You
say
don't
that?
change.
That's
the
But
definition of love.
is love
I
relative?
agree with that.
Is love relative?
Mhm. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like the levels of love is relative, but I
So-
don't think love.
So
is
what
relative.
about if somebody?
Yeah, I think-
So do you think if somebody? I mean, all right. Let's take you. What you need? You want some of this?
yes, some
Luna's
water. Know about that.
Heineken.
I gotta have some drink with some juice.
All right, hold on. But so look, let me check this out. Let's tone it down a notch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and let's tone it down from the beating.
Please.
Tone it down from beating. But let's ask this.
And like we accept
You gonna
that
share this beer with me?
as love.
So look, all right, check this. What about somebody who they don't beat their person as a love language, but they like, damn, I forgot I had to.
Tough love. What if it's tough love? They think it's tough love.
Or yeah, like
Give me an example of tough love. Like if
Beat your ass because I feel like
That's
I
not
love
love.
Or like
That is
being
not
like,
love.
like when they
Verbal
woman
abuse.
cry.
Oh,
That's
what?
not love
When
either.
they woman cry, they be like, man, stop
That's
being
not
on
love
that
to
weak
you.
shit.
I know what I was gonna say.
Shit.
What about if a woman says? Now we know that this is something that women say
Mhm.
or men say. Like, if you don't argue with me, you don't care. Like, people want to be argued with or want to challenge in a relationship, so they kind of pick fights.
Mhm.
Well, I do
Does that
think
happen?
I do think this. I think that when you are dealing with somebody who is checked out and you're expressing and are trying to argue with them and they ain't on it, I think they have checked out. But I don't think that just
So what
because you
about
don't
somebody
argue,
who wants
don't
to
mean you're not
argue?
checked
What
in.
about somebody who just wants to argue to express to make sure that both people are engaged
And you're
in this
confused
relationship?
about what love is? That's
But
not love.
how can you say what somebody's definition of love is?
I don't think.
But that's what we're saying. Like we're defining what is love then. So it could be whatever you say it is.
To me, it's
I
somebody
don't
who does not
know.
know how to
Can you?
communicate.
Yes,
Because if
people
you need
misconstrue love.
If you're
all the
trying to
time.
argue with me because
So
you
what is
want to
love?
know if I love you, just ask
Love
me.
is
Shit,
patient.
we
Love
ain't
is
got to
I told you how I define love.
Well,
Love
we
is
talked.
action.
What about lust? Remember we talked about
That's
that a
just
little
purely
earlier.
sex.
Mm.
Yeah, it is purely sex.
That's just purely wanting to have sex with somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a lustful individual.
Let me drink some of this tequila.
Let me, as he pours a shot of
That's gonna
tequila.
definitely do it. That's why I ain't drinking.
You gonna get up?
I already know what tequila do to me. I gotta think I gotta do.
Well, I think that we did a good podcast, bro. We've been recording for 2.5 hours.
All about love. We've been talking about love that long.
Yeah, man.
Basically.
Like, but this podcast never stopped from the start. Like, we went straight to the good shit, like,
Yeah.
immediately.
Right.
So
had a
let's
question.
end with this. What are non-negotiables for you in a relationship? What is something for you
That's a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker that you would break, like when you were saying if somebody got smacked in the face and then you gonna leave and break up your family because of that.
Mhm.
What is something that is a non-negotiable for you?
I say sex outside the relationship. If my woman let somebody else fuck her, I'm cool. Even if I feel like my woman talked to another man in a way that I don't approve, then I'm good. And it's not me just, I mean, yeah, that's my deal breakers. I don't deal with that type of shit. You know, I put a lot of value and stock into this relationship and work hard towards it. And if it is that you feel like you gotta, and I've never really like went through no shit like that, but just for me, like I just feel like that ain't
Having inappropriate conversations with another person.
That's
Ina-
cheating too.
inappropriate.
Yeah, because it ain't always
Yeah.
about sex.
Mhm.
Just dealings, because man, I have to make sure that I'm secure. I want to make sure that she's secure.
Mhm.
And you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I feel like I could be considered as a target, and I don't want
Right.
anybody that's not motherfucking making sure that our shit is locked down
Right.
the right way. You know what I'm saying? So that's deal breaker.
Okay. What about you?
But not arguing, not calling me no fucked up name or yelling at me or nothing.
What if y'all arguing and she says,
I went
that's
through
why I
a
was
lot
gonna
of
fuck that
shit.
nigga down the street because you keep talking reckless to me.
Oh yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, that's deal breaker.
But I had to
Okay.
think.
That's the
I
same thing
dreamed
as
about
cheating.
it. That's
But
why
I
I
didn't
dreamed
do
about it.
And if
I
she
dreamed
dreamed
about
about
it.
it,
I didn't do
I
it.
dreamed about it. It's just
I ain't
that-
do it because I love your
And she
ass.
said-
You
and
over
she
here
said-
talking reckless to
and
me.
she said
Nigga,
she
you know what I
did.
could be doing down the street?
He put it on me
in my dream.
in my dream.
I feel like a
Damn.
respect is the deal breaker for me.
Respect.
Yes, anything that encompasses that, talking to me crazy, getting aggressive and all up in my face, doing anything you wouldn't want me to do, talking to another female, doing all that, cheating, anything that's encompassing the respect. I don't want you because I respect people to the utmost, especially my men.
Would you be with a man that's got a woman already?
Hell no.
Would you be in a relationship where it's just you and another woman and a man?
No. Do I give second bitch energy?
Not
No, what if
second,
you ain't
it
the
was
second?
first.
What if it's just All three y'all together.
One and only. No. I don't share. I'm a Leo. I piss on everything. You already know.
You piss on everything.
Yes, I mark my territory. It's mine. Like my kids are mine. My house is mine. My car is mine. My money is mine. My men will be mine.
But in a pack of lions, though, is it multiple lioness and then
She
one
ain't a
man
lion.
lion?
I am not
She's a Leo.
physically. I'm a Leo. Yes.
Oh.
I'm a Leo, but I'm not sharing shit. I couldn't be, listen, in real life, and you know this, in real life, I couldn't be in a room with a whole bunch of Leo females and we all sharing one guy. No Leo woman is about to do that. He would have to be first of all, he gotta be rich. He has to be.
So you would do it.
He has to be
You
a
would-
rich
He
He
man.
would do it. She would do it
She's
for a little
saying-
bit of time, but eventually I feel like she'd be like, what am I doing about?
She said she would do it under these conditions.
No,
No,
I'm
she
saying
said
that
no
we
Leo
have-
woman would do it. It would have to be
Hey.
under these conditions.
It would have to be.
Don't try that. We are
Because
there.
Because I don't think she said her personally. I thought she meant
I'm
Leo.
talking about like a Leo, because this is the thing.
You is
It's
so-
it
Got her out. Got her out of that. See that? I got your back, girl. I got
This
your
is
back.
what I'm saying. Like the fat man eats. So if he is if he's the prize and he's the main prize and he wants a Leo woman, they're all going to be fighting like cats and dogs to get to him and to keep his attention. But maybe they
with
will.
some Scorpios or something. Huh?
Yeah, he gonna need something else because two Leos is not about to share one man, and Leo man ain't about to share his woman.
I don't think no man will.
I don't know.
There's not too many men out there that will. I think there's some men that will.
Being a polyamorous
well,
relationship.
listen. If a woman ain't yours, would you try to stop her from going to be? So let's say that you haven't necessarily claimed her as yours, and you see that she could find happiness somewhere else. Would you try to stop her from going to actually be happy if you wasn't fully ready to commit?
Me personally, the younger me, I'm gonna say the younger me. The younger me,
The younger you.
Let's talk about you now.
the me now, I wouldn't care. Like I would want her to go and be happy with whoever she felt like she wanted to be happy with. Even
I
if
think
that
if-
wasn't me. Period. Like, yeah, if she wanted to be happy.
Nah.
What
I
about
can't
what's
say
your
that.
deal
What
breaker
about
then?
what about
If we are not in a committed
Man,
relationship,
but
you
nah,
have no
just be
say-so.
committed.
I'm just
Well,
gonna stop fucking with you and go
Right,
be
go
with
be
my
happy.
boyfriend.
nah, but
And you just
well,
gonna see us
what are
out
we?
one day.
But we gotta define commitment as well, because just because you're in a complicated situation doesn't mean that you're not committed to somebody else's happiness too. And so I don't think that you can just look at things like black and white all the time, because there's several gray situations
No, it ain't.
that needs to be accounted for.
I think it is.
It's definitely not. Because this is the thing. When we get into that, that's like a man telling a woman that he's having a sexual relationship with, that I don't want to be in a relationship. It's black and white. That means y'all are not in a relationship. That means he doesn't want to take responsibility for any kind of commitment that you thinking that y'all should have. If I don't agree to commit to you and you don't agree to commit to me, then I feel like that's nothing. Now,
So
if
you
I
wouldn't
choose-
tell him though?
No.
Like if you found
If I choose to be only having sex with you and only being with you, that is my choice within that time. But that doesn't make me committed to you.
I agree.
I feel like a commitment should be a conversation where we both are in mutual agreement. If we're both not in mutual agreement,
So what are you
But the
committed
question
to
is,
exactly?
if
What are you committed
the
to?
question though is if
if I say I'm committed to you, that means I'm not.
we're
gonna
committed
commit
to each
nobody.
other.
And if you say I'll commit to you, then we together. If I say I'll commit to you, but you don't commit to me,
So
I
right, that's
can't
what I'm
hold
saying. So
you.
you're just committing to have sex with that person solely?
If I can do that, yeah.
No, I'm just saying when you say I
As a
commit to
single
you,
woman,
like
I
when you
know.
say, "Oh, I'm committed to him and he's committed to me," is this commitment? Is this just like I'm committed to have sex with this person solely, or
I don't feel like it.
Well, that's why you have a conversation, right?
Yes, I don't feel like it needs to be for me. It doesn't need to be a conversation of whether you're committed to me to solely have sex with me. Because I don't think if we're not in a relationship, I can't hold you to that.
But I'm
But I
saying,
know
what's
what
the
I'm gonna
commitment
do.
though? Like when you saying
If we talk about commitment, that means commitment for us to be in a relationship and not be with other people. If we have not discussed commitment, to me,
so that's what I'm asking. So
if
it's strictly sex.
it's strictly sex, whatever you do is what you do.
No,
And
what
I
I'm
do
saying, when you
mine.
saying that you committed to someone, you're committing
Did you say you was
on the
committed to
level
that
of
person
of sex.
that you would just have sex? Are you saying that we're just having sex? In order for us to be committed, we would then have to have a conversation about what that looks like.
Yes.
That's what she said.
But 9 times out of 10, if I'm having sex with you and I'm looking at that as the only thing that we're doing, I have already qualified you to see if a relationship was possible, and I've deemed that not possible. Because I'm not going, if it's a sexual relationship, it's always going to just be that. A real relationship would be with somebody who I would, for me personally, I want to put more time into it. Excuse me. I want to put more time into it. I want to get to know a person a little bit more. The person I'm having sex with is just what I do with that.
But if say you just having sex with him and he meets somebody that makes him happy, you could just let him go.
Yeah. We don't talk that much.
That's what you're saying, right? That's the question you was asking.
You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't put feelings into somebody that you're having sex with?
No. I don't put feelings
How do
into
you do that?
I don't put feelings into a lot of shit.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
I don't know. I think I'm learning. See, this is me. I am learning how
But you shouldn't be
to
doing
deal
like
with
that,
my
man.
emotions.
No.
I'm learning how to
gotta
deal with
stop.
my
Fuck
emotions.
that,
Well, what if you're not ready? What if you're not ready to be in a
No, I'm not actively
Because
doing
you're a
it.
real queen.
I
though,
am.
bro.
But what if you're not ready to be in a relationship? What if you don't want to be in a relationship?
can't.
But you still want to have sex.
And
You can't do
yes,
that?
every now and then.
Huh?
Stop
Stop what?
having sex, man. If you want to be in a real relationship,
I feel like
give it to somebody.
every
Give it to
months,
somebody.
like every couple of months.
Now,
somebody
listen.
needs to
I
know.
can't define a real relationship.
What
I can't.
is a relationship? It's
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah,
No,
yeah,
because
yeah,
let me
yeah,
explain
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Wait a minute. let me
Exactly. That's what I'm
explain
saying,
this.
though.
Because when I feel like this for me, and like I'm a person who try to get to understand me and who I am, because I do understand that I am emotionally disconnected to a lot of shit that a lot of people. I've been told a lot that I have emotional issues, that I don't respond, and I'm very detached, and I can detach very easily from people. So, in saying that, I feel like every now and then I should be able to, spread my wings and then go on with the rest of my life and be perfectly fine. Now, when I want to get into a relationship, I will date the person. I will qualify the person, date the person, see if that's the person I want to get into a relationship with. But in the past, I had to do that because, as time grew on, when I was younger, I was only dating out of being in heat, I'm going to say. That's what I used to call it. I used to date when I was in heat, when I wanted to fuck. So I'm building a connection with a person simply for a sexual exchange, and then I be with you for a year, and then now that I feel fulfilled in that sexual desire, I no longer want you, so now I'm not with you. And I apologize for everybody I did that way. But that stopped me from dating. Because I realized that the people who I was dating at that time, I wasn't.
What you like? What? Women think like this?
I wasn't, because I felt
You're
knew
okay.
I was hurting them, and I was doing things because they would actually have feelings towards me when out of the truth, I was only dating them for the sexual relationship, and to be able to have a secure sexual relationship with them without them having sex with other people, me having sex with other people,
All right.
and then once that was going on,
I'm not putting this video out no more.
Oh my gosh. You are crazy.
Why?
Because you are the star, bro, and I don't want
I'm
you
telling
fucking.
you when I was young.
So what is wrong with
fucking else saying
Is
this
something
video
wrong with what
again?
she's saying, that she's fulfilling her sexual desires? If she was a man saying this, it would be different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking.
You know it is.
Oh, okay.
But it's not right for him to say it either. If
I just
your
wonder. No
girlfriend
judgment.
is watching the podcast,
I don't have a boyfriend.
but you will. And the day that he sees,
And I
that
will-
Well, then he
this
don't want to need to
girlfriend-
be with her then.
And I will absolutely.
But I don't
tell
want
him
that to
this.
disqualify
It
her
shouldn't.
from
Then she
somebody who
don't. Then that's
truly would
somebody
love
she
her.
don't need to be
If
with.
I disqualify, if you disqualify,
If you disqualify her from her past, but she ain't disqualifying you for your
He
past,
didn't come on the podcast and talk about his past. She don't know his past.
but so what?
You
And
act
he
like,
gonna
wait a
fucking
minute.
ask
First
his
of all, you
past.
act like it was like a whole bunch of people. It was.
Thank you. Say it now.
It was that. No, it was
Say it.
not a
Wait.
whole bunch of people.
All right.
But that's crazy.
Now I can put it out
For
again.
you-
Thank you. It wasn't but one motherfucking nigga, so don't
No,
even
it
be
was-
trying to
it was
act
good.
like
apologize.
it was only about 2 or 3. 3 at the most,
I was
bro.
like,
So
yeah.
don't feel like
And
it was just a
these
party.
were over years.
And
Right.
what you
And she
expect?
was-
She's
she
39
was
years
only, she
old.
was only
Like,
like 20.
Yeah, the party.
so how often should a woman be
Clear
having?
this shit up.
How often?
Like, hold on, wait a minute. No, it was not like.
How often should a woman be having sex and if she's not in a committed relationship?
And I also said.
So she's
that
just supposed
I
to
would
be
I would be in
Yes.
these relationships for
Nothing.
cobwebs.
like
Yes.
these would be.
You're
sort of
crazy.
like- these
You're
would be
crazy
sort
and
of like-
unreasonable.
Find somebody
And
that
this
you
is
know
why
loves
women,
you.
and that is why y'all find, that is why some people find a woman who lies.
Yes.
Because
A
you
woman who's made of lies.
know who lies about her past because she can't be honest because men look at her differently, which is silly.
Because I have been when
I'd
I was
rather
saying
lie
that
than
that
tell
was
me.
happening. I was in like
Hell yeah. That.
I was with these men for at least a year. I wasn't like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
oh
yeah. Like every fucking night at the club.
no.
I didn't take it that way though.
I've never.
Because she
so glad I
said a
can
year.
put this
She said
video
after
up.
I messed with him for a year.
Yes, I've never even had a one night stand.
All right, so there it
Never.
is, got my bro. You see who you got? You got somebody that is way more virtuous than what like
Than he
the
thought.
average woman is.
And
And the bullshit that you just
Like,
watched.
oh man.
I'm not putting that out.
I know. I appreciate that you would think of me that much.
Nah, because you are a good person, bro. Like you
And that
ain't no
defines her
motherfucker.
goodness.
No, well, yes, part.
That's messed
It's
up.
well,
To
it,
men.
exactly.
Some
And I,
men,
and,
some
and
men.
I don't want to tarnish the image of a real queen, man. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
just
On a
for some
fucking
bullshit.
night that didn't even really mean that
Just
much.
showing her where you
Even
are.
though this is a good podcast,
Mm-hmm.
but for later on, not only the man that you'll
I ain't
that you'll
gonna
get in the future, but also your
I'm gonna
children
leave my
are
business
gonna
to
go and
myself.
catalog their mom. Like you are the
Have you been
matriarch
to
of a
school?
future family. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then when they watch this, I want them to understand that they
That
was
she's human.
not that she was human, but also that she was
Virtuous.
that virtuous
think
and
it's
not
okay
even
for a
just
woman to
not
be
even virtuous. Like
promiscuous.
I think everybody defines promiscuity different. I do think it should be okay for a single woman.
my word that I wanted to use was discretionary.
Okay for any person to
You know, like you
No,
wouldn't
I
just,
agree.
you know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like
feel
you are a regular person
Well, I
who
didn't finish my
who,
sentence.
who loves
Did I?
people and goddamn it, like was interested in men and you had fun or whatever. But it wasn't something that you did not use discretion with, and that was all that I wanted to highlight.
Oh,
For all
absolutely.
of like for Dr. Huggins, like she majored. Like
I just be out
people,
here. I'm just playing.
I
I
bring
don't.
people. No, you was married for 15 years though.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And
Together
like
20.
like the people that we bring on this show, I'm not saying I wouldn't bring somebody on the show that shit was more promiscuous than somebody else, but I know that you guys are just, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all real queens in my eyesight, and I just want to make sure that that message don't get lost. That's all.
Right. Well, I hope it doesn't get lost because I these are actual relationships that I have been in. That's how the attachment was even made. Is for to be in a relationship with
Look
somebody.
at my mama.
'Cause I
Look how my mama be looking at me. She like, you the goat, young king. She like, see, I
Because
mess
I
with
had
you.
to build those relationships. So I was with them for at least like a year. But every like serious relationships lasted way longer. But I realized that in myself, and I was like, let me just stop. 'Cause I
So
was,
what's the
making
deal
it-
breaker for you in your relationship? Dr.
Exactly why you miss deal breaker.
I feel like respect, like she said. Like I wouldn't have said that if I would have went before her, but that encompasses it. Don't put your hands on me. I'm not an arguer per se. So I cannot deal with. I can't deal with
I
somebody.
cannot believe that because you
Me
are the
either.
most argumentative.
I
guest on this show
I
ever.
can debate with you, but when it gets to the point where
Do you
we're hit
debate
below
in
the
a
belt,
relationship?
yeah, I could debate in a relationship. I could debate in a relationship. I
Can
can.
somebody tell you anything?
Yeah.
What?
Can nobody tell me that? Y'all don't think nobody can tell me?
You? We talking
What
to
you
you
mean? Like what?
because you're the smartest person in the room, and who like I don't know.
I'm the smartest when it comes to education, but not everything. So I'm going to tell you this. For me, because I am open to school, I'm a boss, I have 3 kids, I make all these decisions.
Yes.
It would be nice to have a person who can actually make decisions, who can actually say, I could come home and you didn't make these decisions for me.
Oh,
That would be nice because sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I don't want to make
What
decisions.
I see and like I'm not saying that you are like you major, and I don't never see you as like somebody who couldn't be in a relationship. I do see you like wifey all day,
Yeah.
but I see you as at least the helping strong wife, not motherfucking take care of me wife. Like we gonna get
What's
this
the
shit
difference?
together.
Tell me what the difference is. I'm a natural caregiver.
You are.
So tell me the difference between.
Like you would be good, but nobody is going to fucking like dominate you. I don't see submissiveness all the way. I don't see it.
Well, I don't know what that means. Like,
Are you submissive?
It just depends. I don't have it. Like,
Are
I'm
you
not.
submissive?
Tell me what that means.
You know it's.
It means that.
Yes.
Look,
She said yes.
Tell me, define it. Because for me, naturally,
Listen to
when you
what
come home,
the man is the man the head of your household.
I think just depends on the situation. It
Yeah,
does. If
that's
it
what
comes
I'm
to
saying.
education,
That's what
you're
I'm
not.
saying.
I don't feel. If I'm the educator and been in education, and you're telling me we should send our kids to a certain school, and I'm like, no, we're not. Then you're not the head of that. I think that it is a give and take, and I think that if you're more stronger with finances, have at it.
Get the juice.
But if I'm more stronger at finances, you don't get to run the money just
What if
because
y'all
you're
equal?
Well, then I'm cool. You run that shit because I'm tired. I want somebody to take some shit over for me, please, because I'm tired. Please.
Right.
But no,
But
no,
I'm
no,
not.
no,
But
wait a
I
minute.
and this
that's
is not
the
a
shit that- what
discredit
if
to
it
you.
was
Like I just
equally
peeped the
all the
game
way
though.
across
Like
the
like
board?
nobody is going.
Y'all carry the same.
Listen.
Well, if it's equal, it's fine. I don't have. Okay. If both of us are equally intelligent when it comes to education, equally great when it comes to finances, we both rear our children in the same manner. I don't have a problem with you making the decisions. It does not bother me. I'd rather be able to be in a relationship where I could trust somebody to make decisions for me. I would love that because I am sick of always being the go-to.
Right.
Please.
I don't necessarily think that you need to have somebody who you're equal with, because wherever he lacking, I'm gonna pick up.
That's
Wherever
right.
I'm lacking, he gonna pick up. That's what I want. Whatever I lack in, I need you to pick up on. Whatever you lack in, I'm gonna pick up on. I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. But the relationship that I've seen that has been the most successful, which I said was my dad. My stepmother has a master's degree in business. She has the education. She makes the most of the money. He has his degrees in regards to being more hands-on. He's more, I forget what they call them.
Trade.
Blue collar, yeah, trades. He's into that. He cooks because she works a lot. She's constantly working. He cleans and stuff like that. But when it comes to decision making, it's always ask your dad. And I'm going to ask my dad because I know my dad is still the leader of the home, regardless of who make the most money. My dad is still the man of the house. So to me, I feel like if you can put that much faith into a man, then that's definitely possible. I would. If I had a man that I feel like if you could take care of a house with 3 kids and me and go to work, come home, spend time with us, and do all the shit that I do, more power to you. I haven't met a man that can do all the shit I can.
Probably because they out there doing all this shit.
Right.
I don't need him to do what I don't need him to do what I can do though. I just need him to take care of me emotionally.
No, I'm
need him
not
to
saying
take-
that I'm gonna take a break because he's doing it, but I would love to see you do it. I would love to see a time where I can just sit back and not do nothing and you can still handle it.
Well,
I don't think that's
let me
possible.
let me pose this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a man?
Yes. I think I might want a strong black woman because them bitches seem to.
I was going to ask you that earlier.
But listen, I'm not gay.
I don't think
I
you
don't
are.
think we'll have a sexual relationship, but I know she gonna cook, she gonna clean, she gonna go to
Right,
work
who
just
don't
like
want a
me.
strong black woman?
Right? Who knows?
I would love a strong black woman.
Sure, I've seen two black lesbians live together, and it was beautiful. It was great.
Give me
So,
a strong black woman. But I
yes,
also
I would
want
like to be in
a
a
soft black
relationship.
woman too.
What makes a woman soft?
Her not trying to be strong.
A man makes a woman not soft. I mean,
I
not
agree.
hard. Because
A man allows a man the way he treats her allows her to show her soft side.
to be in her femininity, yes. I love men that allow me to be in my femininity.
Is there a strong white woman?
No.
I'm not about to do this with you.
Right. Why you never answer?
Don't be ruining our. I'm just playing.
I look at it like
I don't know.
You answer the question.
Am I answering the question?
Relative. If we
Strong
talking
white
about being
woman?
Is
relative,
there a strong white woman?
that compares in comparison to a black woman. Because she not going through, she not carrying the weight of the world like a black woman does.
Mm-hmm. I had a conversation with one.
He up there dragging her dog around,
There
talking
are
about
single white women,
Yeah, she got 4 kids.
but I don't think that
She said my
the
mom
mind
come and picks
frame,
up
the
my
mind
kids and take them to
frame,
school.
and it's good and bad.
You let him?
It's good and bad, but like I just think that just like even when a black woman gets in a relationship, I would love for her to just be a baby, man, be a woman that's just soft and tender and loving, and don't be like
I think most women want to
don't
do
be
that.
too concerned,
every
man.
woman.
But I think that it's hard to do that because of
I think women
toxic
feel like
relationships.
I think women feel like it's hard and they're not trying to do that.
No,
Because they
women
feel like
want
it's
To
hard.
do
Women
no.
want to do that. What it
And
is
they say they
is
wanna do
when
that.
you run into
Well,
a
just
woman
do
who's
it.
so
Right.
hard.
Well, what if you did? You do just do it, and then you get your feelings hurt.
Not even
So women
feelings.
don't want to do it.
No, it's not
But
even.
when you
it's
do
not
it.
feelings. No, it's like
I would
putting
try
yourself in that situation. You get a woman who's so hard, who's so tough, she's taking care of business, da, 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 da. And then when she wants to be that person because she met a man and then he fumbled the bag or he don't pay the bills, the rent late, or he didn't cook
But she
dinner,
don't have
or
to. She
anything
can
like
help
that.
him though. She can help him and still.
So she cannot
can
be
still-
her feminine self. all
Yes,
For me,
she
it's
can.
not that. For me, it's
No,
not that. For me,
a white woman
It's like
does.
trusting.
Listen, hold on. Wait
for
a minute
me, it's
now.
not that. For me, it's how you make me feel.
I'm saying
those
that.
toxic-
I'm saying
But
that.
if I don't make you feel secure because everything I do I'm fucking up, how you gonna trust me?
But hold
So
on.
why are you with that person?
But
Wait,
that's what I'm saying.
well, then-
Okay. To what you're saying,
I gotta
apply,
listen though,
white
man.
men are raised to have a family and to take
They
care
are.
of them. Black men are not. Black men are raised to say, fuck that bitch, have 2 or 3
That
Oh.
is wrong. That's terrible. It is terrible. That's
Raised by
wrong.
who?
I admit.
Society.
But what I'm saying is this though. Like both of us may be raised in the wrong way. The sister is being raised to be independent and don't trust the black man, and then like if he does something wrong, get that motherfucker up out of here because he's just another nigga. And then the men are being raised to say don't love these hoes and think of our women as
loyal.
fucking hoes, and they're not loyal, and anything that they do is just another sign of them being just another bitch. But it's not right. We got to strip that shit down. The men have to be understanding that, yes, man, our women are extremely loyal. We love each other. They are the most powerful, most beautiful, most most versatile women on the face of this earth. And then they got to understand that our men are the most resilient, most tough, fighting through the struggle person, looking at like damn near like the poorest person in the richest place. That gives them motivation to be the fucking top dog. Like when you're poor in a place where everybody's poor, the motivation to elevate is low because there's nothing that you can really look at for success. But we see success around us all the time. We're innovative, we're creative, we're inventors. We are very mindful of what success looks like. So it just takes that woman that, yes, if we might not pay the bills, right? But that good woman that's still soft, be like, babe, we got to pay that DP&L. Come on, short of nagging, but good at just structuring.
Also think
That's how things elevate to the right way.
If I got to do the structuring and I got to pay the bills on time, and
You don't gotta,
sure
babe. He's working for it
What I
though.
need you for?
But I
See, that
also
ain't
think-
me.
I
You're not
also
saying-
think, too, though, that
Why
men
would you
and
say
women-
something like that?
I was he about to hear it. Damn.
If I have to do it all,
You don't have to do it.
what
Did
is
you
the
hear
point?
everything that I just said? Why
Maybe
would
I
you say you have
didn't.
to do
What
it
if he's
all?
there for you emotionally?
And what about if he works every day, but you
Well,
are
we-
the
don't
one to be
think
like,
there's
babe, the
nothing wrong with
DP&L bill is due, the AES bill is due, the veteran bill is due, our phone bills are due. Come on, we got to get this shit together,
What
and you
gotta
can work
realize
too.
too is some of these men out here that was raised to be niggas, and then
that's
some
what
of
I'm
these
talking
women out here
about.
that was raised to be hoes, and women have to
But it's
understand that
white
also.
women that are hoes.
Also,
It's white women that are
Right,
hoes.
but I'm
It's
just
white
saying-
women that are
well, what I'm
promiscuous.
saying is,
It's
we
white.
have
It's
to
white.
understand
It's
that
white
when we
boys
dealing
that are
with these
raised to be niggas and East Siders and fucking goddamn it, poor white
But
trailer trash too.
That's my point. So you have to understand that it's people out there like that. So you can't go and
Yes,
get
you-
a hoe and expect this hoe to act like a virtuous woman.
Yes, you
You
can.
you
can't
just
go
keep-
get a
You
nigga
can
that
turn a
act
hoe
like
into a
a-
housewife.
Man, you can't.
Yes, you
Oh,
can.
she got to turn herself into a housewife.
No,
You
bro.
can't.
Well,
you
either
can
way
do
it
though.
goes.
See,
Either way it
a hoe
goes.
can be changed into
A hoe
a
can
better
change,
person.
but you can't change her.
She has to
But
make that
God
decision.
can though, bro.
God
You ain't
can.
God.
But God is with you.
And he gonna do it, but God gonna let it happen in his own time. And it might
But
not
no,
be
he's
with
not.
you.
He is though. He will
Man,
be
look,
with you.
That woman gotta want to change. You just can't go and show her that you a
What if-
virtuous man or you this.
Look,
this
I
top
understand.
nigga.
I
You're not
understand.
changing nobody, but either way, you
Right.
can't sit around and
You guys
Right.
expect this man to be something he
but if
wasn't
that's
when you
not
met
the
him, and I'm
person
gonna
for
change
you,
him.
then
I'm
get out of
saving
that
him.
situation.
That's his
bro.
That's
point.
what I'm saying.
So we agree there, but what I'm trying to tell you is don't just feel like there's no hope though.
I don't. I don't feel like
We
that.
can't feel like everybody that you come across is just a hoe that can't change. That's
But
not
if it's
true.
a hoe, then you gotta be able to recognize that.
But what is
I'm
a hoe
saying.
though, bro?
I
What
agree.
is a hoe?
What is?
What is a hoe?
A hoe.
Somebody that fucked before they met you.
Oh, yeah, it's more than that.
And for the
No,
part
what
that-
is it?
What constitutes her being a hoe?
What is he? Somebody who fucked a lot before they met you. Okay, but if you
Man,
come and
that's-
show
it's
them,
fucking a lot, not just fucked a lot before they met you. A hoe is a hoe. Like it's a
but
more
who
of
gets
She's
in
trying
a
to do
relationship?
stuff
Who
to
gets
get
in a
something
relationship?
out
But
the
bro,
mindset
who gets
than-
in a
than
relationship with
anything.
just a super fucking super thought thicky
A lot
bitch
of
that
guys.
fucks everybody?
A
No,
lot
they
of guys
don't.
do it, just like girls get in a
No, they
relationship
don't.
with
'Cause
bum
they
ass
And then
cute.
they
niggas.
stop
Right.
though.
Just like girls get in a relationship with bum ass
No.
niggas thinking that this nigga gonna be the.
I think
nigga.
more
Like,
girls
not-
get
not
in
trying to-
relationship with bum ass niggas than niggas get in relationships. A good man gets into a relationship with a fucking whore that's gonna be.
I think that
fucking
used to
more
be the
people.
case.
True.
More, I think that
agree.
In 2023, it's
more,
different.
more,
I
more.
said all hoes.
Yeah,
No.
because being a hoe became popular. Y'all know when we was young and that's
Right, and
there's
you're
some
promoted.
hoes in this house. All the girls used to walk off the dance floor.
Yeah.
They was not on that shit. Now they play there's some hoes in the house. They run to the
All
floor.
of them get the clapping and shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
That's
is,
what my program
all
is
I'm
for.
saying is a hoe that gets with a man that's for real, and that's a good man.
She going for his pockets.
She could go for his pockets,
That's what she
but if he is strong enough, he can.
Change her.
I ain't
What
gonna
happens
say-
when he stopped making money? She still with him because
Or
she.
what happens with
Yeah.
somebody else that
He
comes
could
along
be.
making
More
more money?
money.
It
than him?
could be.
No matter how much money you make, if somebody can go buy her,
No, that don't mean that. She won't necessarily go to the next person.
I mean, I agree with you, but I don't think you
She
should be
won't.
wasting.
If
I don't
she
think you should
finds
be
out that
wasting
she
your
loves
time and
this
trying.
person.
Man or woman, I don't think you
But
should
how
be wasting
can
your
you
time
be
and
sure-
trying to change
So
somebody.
how do you know that somebody is not a fucking hoe, man?
You don't.
How do you know? How do you know how many people they fuck before you met
Well,
them?
that
Are
ain't.
you
That's
gonna
not
ask
necessarily
them?
what. The only thing
Yeah.
that constitutes you as a whole. It's about trying to get the bag
getting
from this
attention,
man.
getting
I'm
attention.
using this to get
But,
something
but
that I
a
want.
man is not going to fuck with a bitch that's twerking too much on Instagram for her to be his main
Well, what if
woman
she ain't
that he
twerking on
settles
Instagram?
down.
Was she
Well-
just out here twerking in the club?
It's a lot of
It's
dudes
not
who
gonna
fuck with
happen,
the bitch
bro.
on Instagram.
They
Like,
do fuck.
Exactly.
They do fuck with her to
she's
fuck
a-
her.
thinking she's a good woman.
No, they don't think she's a good woman.
They
bro.
think they gonna turn her
They
in.
gonna think
She
they
gonna
gonna-
be my
She just
main,
doing that
she-
because she need the money.
But there could be a bitch that's shaking her ass on Instagram out of ignorance to find somebody who will really love her.
I was that girl when I was younger.
So
I used to be a stripper, yeah.
so what I'm saying is like the women that are shaking their ass on Instagram are only crying out for help. Like
Or
Some of them-
or they.
money.
That's right. Every
They do.
woman ain't a damsel in
but
distress who
every
needs.
but hold on, but even a sophisticated rich ass motherfucking white bitch that's goddamn it married to the motherfucking Jeff Bezos might be a
Still a
bitch
hoe.
that's a fucking
Right,
wanting some money.
Just because she married don't mean she ain't a hoe. You can't turn a hoe
Okay,
into a
so
hoe.
so
Like,
don't
married.
but wait a
I
minute,
get
you're
what
not
you're saying.
calling this woman that's married to the richest motherfucker that don't got nothing to bring to the table a hoe. You only calling the lonely little sister a hoe that's shaking her ass on
She's a
Instagram
smart
that's
hoe.
looking for love.
No, because I have to take I have our side on this because when I was younger and I was a dancer, I danced when I was 21 years old. I didn't do the whole shit. Like I didn't have sex with the people for money. I didn't do none of that. Like I literally there was strippers and it's a very small few that didn't do those things and we all kind of stuck together because we weren't going to make each other feel like we was lame for not selling our bodies. So we would just do our dancing, get our money, and go home.
Mhm.
So we weren't hoes. We were there. Like,
But
a lot of
everybody
people don't know
they would
in
think
that
y'all
light.
was hoes.
Absolutely.
So
That was-
they would mislabel you.
Even if
as
they
a
knew
hoe.
you wasn't doing it, they be calling you a hoe. Just 'cause you
Exactly.
taking
They
your ass for
mislabel-
other
they
dudes.
mislabel you
So
as a
I get
hoe.
I understand what he's saying. Like,
And it's the same thing that like
So it's the difference between a gold digger and a hoe.
absolutely.
there is a difference between a gold digger and a hoe. You know what I'm
Because a gold
saying?
digger,
But
a
I'm
gold
saying,
digger
like,
gonna go after
men
the
ain't
man
running
with the money
across-
heart.
Men ain't running across a girl that
You get what I'm saying? 'Cause if I
keeps
got your
so
heart,
so
your
once
pockets is-
so once he comes through, like let's say I see a girl shaking her ass on Facebook and I'm like, damn, you look good as fuck. I'm gonna come through and get you tonight. I'll even give you some money to fuck you. If I'm being real. It's graphic, but I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
And then like let's say that I do, right? I'm like, damn, she was all right, man. I don't know, maybe I could rescue her. If I look on her Facebook story again the
Don't
next
say,
day, if I look on her Facebook story the next day and she's shaking her ass, I feel like, damn, you know what? She was just hitting me for money. But if the next day she's not doing that, but yet she starts texting me and saying, did you want to go out to eat? Or did you miss me? Or anything like that. Hold on, wait, listen. And then I say like, damn, man, like she just trying to hit a lick on me. But she stays consistent and I never see her again shaking her ass. And I do take her out to eat just because she made an impression on me that night. And she's never doing that again. And we ended up being together. Was she a hoe?
her personality and who she is going to dictate whether she's a hoe. Those actions that you're speaking of, it how much did you give her the first night? Because if I made a big lick off of you in that first night, and I know that if I chill out for a minute, I got me a big fish, so I don't need like chicks. Do this all the time.
So let's say that she never did it again.
Like a stripper, I'm gonna tell you how they feel. If I have a customer that pays me big, if he don't come, I might have to dance for 7 days a week. If he come through, I can take 5 days off because he done paid so much, and I can kick it with him because he not only is he buying me food, he getting me clothes, he doing all this. I'm having a great time with him. He's paying me for my time, and I'm being cool and having fun with him because he got the money. And when you're a dancer, you are being paid for your time and anything that you do. So
is every dancer a hoe?
no, I'm telling you that they're not. But you do have based off what you're saying in regards to those actions. If you took her out the first time and you spent a lot of money on her, she can take a couple of days off and then she gonna straight focus on you, because the whole point of dancing, when I'm going to dance for a customer, I'm looking him in his eyes and I'm flashing on him.
What about if
because I
she's
want
not?
him to think that I want him. So if
And
I
then
focus on you,
you got two dudes in that situation. And you got the guy that's gonna think that this woman, anybody can do this for this woman. Anybody can call this woman, hit this woman up on Facebook and take her out and spend money and fuck her.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or he's the only one that can just, he's
Come through.
like something, he the shit because he could do that.
Mhm.
So now I think for the second guy, he's naive. That guy gonna get taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's thinking that can't nobody else do this but him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the guy that's gonna get his heart broken, and the other guy is gonna be the guy that probably breaks the girl's heart because he thinking, because if he run into a girl like you saying, like that she may not be a hoe, but he thinking like, oh, if I did it, somebody else could do it. So he's treating her like she's a hoe, but she done gave her heart to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he's thinking like, oh, anybody can do it because I did it. Anybody can just give her some money and take her out and hit. And those are the two guys that you got, and those are
Either
the
way,
dynamics
it's
that you got.
All right.
But
So
if
so
she's
what about?
already thinking, if she's already doing that, any girl that you see on there twerking,
Right.
doing anything, she already has that in mind of what people already think of her. She pre-gamed her brain to be called a hoe. She pre-gamed her brain to be looked at as a hoe before it ever happened. So anything that you give to her or anything is always gonna be met with
We
some
gotta
kind
look,
of.
but we looking at like
Like,
it's
is he
kind of
being
like
real?
you know what? It's just like a league. Like the white women, they just go and meet these famous or good upscale rich white men. They go to parties in their little cocktail dresses
Mhm.
with no panties and end up fucking them and then end up getting with them and marrying somebody, marrying into money and this and that.
Mhm.
Those are the same fucking game, but it's just played in a different league. But they don't get the fucking scrutiny. And they end up marrying a motherfucker, but you
They
know
don't,
what?
but
They
that's
cheat
the
too.
so
They
is
cheat too.
well that is
They
the
cheat too.
that is why ain't nothing like a black woman.
But that's the whole thing, is the truth
Yeah,
of the
'cause
matter.
That's
we
why.
all-
Because
stay
we
with
get
a
all the
motherfucker.
labels. We get
We
all
stay
the
with a
that's the
motherfucker.
same scrutiny. They
We-
do get the same scrutiny.
I don't
just
think
not
they
get-
do.
They're not getting it from our community, but
Nah.
from their community, they're
Yeah.
definitely
Oh
getting
yeah.
it.
Yeah, okay, I can agree with
They
that.
getting it
That
from,
might be
like,
real.
oh, you
Black
just-
women don't
you
get
just
it.
But
What?
nah, black women
We
get it
get it from
fucking-
every
from
community.
every community.
You crazy.
Black
We know
women
you
get
a
it
hoe
from
'cause you try-
black.
ass is hanging out.
You a hoe because you was born black.
Listen, you a hoe
Period.
because your skirt is fitting because your ass is standing up. She just a hoe. That's why
That's
she got
real
big
shit.
titties and she got on the turtleneck. You could be. Y'all see how they be doing them teachers?
Man, give me all the hoes then.
Them teachers be
I'll
fully
take them all,
clothed.
if that's
I
the
done
case.
had skirts all the way past my knee, and the reason why I'm getting in trouble and sitting in HR is because my ass is too fat. And
That is why. That is what happens to black women.
I know
Like,
that.
especially
That's
big
what I'm
ass
trying
black
to tell
And I
y'all.
told
So
them,
don't
it's
do
you're
us like
body
that.
shaming me.
I'm just
Like,
trying to
that's
tell
what
y'all,
I'm
don't
like,
do
I
us
can't
like
do
that.
nothing about that.
Don't do black women like that, you guys. Don't do black women like that. Don't do black women like
I
that.
don't.
I'm taking up for black women, and you guys are trying to say that they're nothing but hoes on Instagram.
No, he did not.
Rewind the tape.
Just turning that around to that.
I just tried to defend black women for a whole 30
Oh
minutes, and y'all just was telling me they
black
ain't
women.
shit but hoes.
No, we ain't.
That's crazy. Well, I'm sorry, man. Black
I
women.
agree with you. that all of them ain't hoes. Some of them be having degrees and everything.
That still be.
But a degree make you not a hoe? Just because you got a degree?
No, because I know some that got degrees. They got college degrees and they strippers.
And you know 5 women that are married to white men.
You go.
Black women.
Only,
You know anybody
women
married
you
to
know
a
that
black
are
man? You know anybody married to a black man?
Only married women you know are married to white women. White
You-
women.
What about black men?
You know any black men that
Married
are
to white women?
Black
No,
men
any
married
black
to
men that's
I
married
do
to white
know
women?
one. My ex of mine, he ended up marrying a white woman.
So do you
know
know
any
any
married
black men and women who are married together? In the black family?
Where do you live
You know
in?
any
Where
black
do you
men?
live?
I live here.
In Dayton?
So she don't know any black
But
men.
I don't know people from y'all.
Where
I
are
don't
you
know
from?
people
Where you
You don't know
from?
any
Where you
black women,
from?
'cause
I'm
I know
from
if you don't know any
You
black
from
men that's
Cleveland?
married to black.
Why you sound like you from New Orleans or something?
I don't know. Everybody say that. Like I sound like I'm from an island or something. I get that a lot. I have Creole in me too, so that could be it. They say it's like something got to do with my ancestors when I try to find out, but I get that a lot.
Well, this has been the Legendary People Podcast, man. God damn it. We talked for 3.5 hours tonight.
Legendary people doing legendary
We literally
things.
talked for 3 hours. Can you believe that?
It was a good conversation.
All the way through. We couldn't stop.
I think we should. I think that
My son about to
you should have these conversations
Uh-uh.
with a greater amount of black
People?
men and women, like generally speaking.
Just had these conversations about
Like I think men should be able to. He was talking about this the other day. Like men should be able to sit and talk about insecurities of all black men altogether, and black women should be able to. So then we could debunk these myths about each
Yeah.
other and how we feel about each other.
All right, let's do it. So, look, if you're a black man and you out there and you feel like, you know what I'm saying, that you have some problems and you don't feel like people are treating you right, man, just call us, you know, and we can bring you on the show. Me and
Yeah.
B-Nut will psychoanalyze you. And then we'll also bring in Dr. Huggins and Kimora.
I just
we'll
think if
let
it's
them-
men with men, they'll be more
Can this
comfortable
be
talking.
our like panel for people to come in? We'll put one person in the middle and all of us will ask them 1,000 questions.
You just psychologize them.
Yeah. Psychoanalyze.
You ain't gotta tell me what night, because I don't know, I got some things coming out.
Look at
I'm about
you.
to
Who
do
had
my
a white
CSU
man?
class. No. What? Look, and y'all should. Oh, y'all can see how he just looked at me.
Why y'all about to say he said that with like some malice? Like, what, a white man?
I thought you
Hey,
didn't care.
I am proud.
Does that bother you?
No. No, it does not. As a matter of fact.
I would love to marry a black man. I would love to be in a relationship with a black man. But
I mean, your
if
first
I
baby
fall in
daddy
love-
is black.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And Puerto Rican.
It doesn't now. The question is, does it bother you? You the one. You already wanted to take.
Well, I told you why it bothers me, because I just feel like in an intimate setting, when you date outside your race,
Even a Chinese person.
if a Chinese person is dating me
And what about if
and
got
they are
what
having
about if they
issues,
got
I
bricks?
can't really relate to them.
What about if they got bricks?
You talking about money?
Yeah,
I don't care nothing about that. The money don't
but
run
they
me.
got bricks.
I don't care. For me,
if
it
that was
doesn't.
What
Right.
about if it's
Oh,
coke? I'm
I
just kidding.
really crazy. But I actually dated a Chinese man who.
Damn, now I'm being tired of you. You're just a fucking traitor now. What the fuck going on?
I did. And
Damn.
their way of life is so different.
Where the hell you find a Chinese man at?
I met him online.
Oh,
And he was a
shit.
wine dealer.
Plenty of Fish.
No, not on Plenty of Fish.
Have you ever been on Plenty of Fish?
No.
How do you feel about online dating? I tried it. Didn't work out.
I feel
Really?
like
Plenty of Fish?
for
No.
me, it's too many people that need to
I don't know it even.
Yeah.
I
Understand.
feel like this.
Oh,
a lot of
shit.
people feel
Cut
like
this part.
online dating is like
Bad.
desperate or
Mhm.
but
No,
I feel
it's
like
not.
the same dumbass person I can meet walking down the street or at a club
You
is the
can
same
meet them,
dumbass person I can meet on the internet. I only know what the person on the internet is telling me about themselves.
So you met a Chinese person on? Oh, come on.
Yes. And he was he's a New York he sells wine, and we went on a couple of days. It was nice.
Was he pretty cool?
So why did it go further?
Yeah.
It didn't go further because of his strict way of living and his values were totally different from mine. Like his is more like strict and by time. Like, of course, they believe in taking naps at work. When I would be working, he would get on me about not taking breaks. It would just get on my nerves. It was like he was
Self-care.
trying to be.
How did he have an
You
accent?
mad at him for self-care?
Did he have an accent?
His name was Lee Jo Song. Yeah.
Did he have an accent?
Lee Joe what?
Lee Jo Song. He was fine though. He was fine.
Did y'all get a chance to get
no.
busy?
We
Would
didn't.
you have did it? Did
He
y'all
was
kiss?
very attractive.
Did y'all kiss?
No, we held hands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We went for
Yeah, I
a little
know,
walk
yeah.
after dinner, but
Did you when y'all was holding hands? Like so it's never mind.
Yeah, come on. Let's
wrap it up.
I didn't see that
You
crazy.
didn't see nothing.
No, he was a nice height. He
Hey, it was height, nice, taller than you.
With
Stop
shoes
it.
on.
There ain't no
I wish I
motherfucking
could.
way.
You mad?
Got no pictures of him.
Am I taller than
But he
you?
was. I don't know. You might be.
Listen, am I taller than
I'm
you?
only 5'6". I'm 5'6". So he was a little bit taller than me.
I'm taller than you.
He was like super like
He was
No,
he
like
was
one of those
he was
dudes that
taller.
work
How
out.
much
Like
taller?
y'all
Same
be-
height, just same, about the same, eye to
a little
eye.
bit. No, he was a little bit taller. Cause I
Yeah.
like to be under in the hug.
And he hugged you.
So when you go on the dating sites,
He
you don't put your
disrespected
preference.
the fuck out of us.
I put
bro.
I don't put my preference. Like when you talking about like if I'm dating.
So
white
what? How
women-
did he? What did he say? He's
Yeah.
like, "What's up?"
No, he was just like, "You're beautiful." I said, "Thank you." We went back and forth like that.
But he
And
didn't
was
think
just
about
cool.
sex with you.
I'm
I'm sure he did.
Did he ask
No, he
what it
never
would be
asked.
like?
No, he didn't say what would it be like. to have
Who
sex.
does
How do you
that?
ask for sex though? Like, how would you ask you?
Just like any other man.
Yes.
Chinese be
Chinese
fucking. They got like 5 billion people on the planet. Like they get pussy. Like they don't. Ain't no strangers.
I mean,
They know
if
how
he
to
wasn't
ask.
if he wasn't so structured, he could have got it. He was fine. He was fine. He was very nice and gentlemanlike. He was.
Do
it
he
was
got a
lot of
sister?
stuff.
That's
I know that his
bullshit.
family was
gotta
upset with
talk to
him
him.
because
I gotta
Could you
get
marry a
back.
Chinese girl?
he was previously
Married?
married. And he got a
Could you
divorce.
date outside your race, or have you?
No.
No.
I
What about
couldn't,
you?
I couldn't date outside our race because I feel like it looks bad. I think that it looks weird for some reason, and I feel like that. Now, if it was a world where I wouldn't be judged, I think that I might. But like with the judgmental shit and
Judged by who? Her family, or in the relationship, or judged by the world?
by myself,
Okay.
by society, and how I judge others. Like when I don't really think bad about a bro that has a white girlfriend or nothing like that. I'm like, okay, it's nothing, it's no problem with me. But I kind of feel like they have to put on more masculinity in order to prove to me that they not no, you know what I'm saying, weak ass nigga. So I feel like they have that extra pressure, but I don't think that is bad, you know.
I don't think it's bad. Love is love.
I don't think that it's bad whatsoever. I do think that, like, I just think that it could bring publicly. I think that it might be like tough on both people. But if both
It
people
is.
want to be like together and that's what they choose to do, then I think that it
They
would be
deal with
fine. It would be fine, you know, but
I think you have to be strong.
you
And I
gotta
also
be a
think it
little more
depends-
strong than the
I also
average
think it
person.
depends on the family structure of the person you're dating. So coming into my family, if my son dated a white girl, more power to you, but I'm not changing me for her to show up. I'm not changing my world is I already have to assimilate out here in my own household.
Mhm.
She gonna have to assimilate to our family, and I think that's why it would be hard.
Inside
I
of
don't
your
think that she wouldn't.
inside of your family, do you tell like what type of stuff would she have to put up with?
She would have to put up with me understanding the way in which the world works. And I'm like, that's that white people stuff. Or you, son, I don't know why you thought you could do that. This is how the world sees you. You with her, you tripping. I don't know what you doing.
Would you have? You
But
would
that's
have.
how
So
it
you
goes.
would have some resentment.
No, it just, if he is coming to me on some issues that are evolving because he is with
He
somebody
was like,
from the upper,
Mom, her dad just keep making me feel like, man, he is so uncomfortable.
I'm like, don't go around his dad. Don't go around her dad. You don't, what you doing? This is your house.
He's like, but I have to go around her dad.
Well, then that's
because-
on you. You decided to do that. I already told you what. Listen, I already told my kids when you date outside your race, I don't care what the race is. You have to understand how
Any
black
race,
men are
any
seen.
race, even if they dated an African.
Shit, if they date they own.
Even if they dated an African,
Well, what I'm saying is this.
it would be a bicker.
Because
That's
that's
real, right,
not their
Bina?
culture. I agree with you.
Even if they dated a Brazilian and that was black to the ground, it would be a bicker. So
Because
no
of
matter
the
who
way
they
in
date-
which society looks at
if
a
they
black
dated
man.
a Puerto Rican who
But
you
you
approve
have
of,
to-
the Puerto
he
Rican
said-
would not. Nobody likes niggas.
But
That's
he's
my
right.
point. So for me,
Mhm.
I'm telling my son,
Even
listen,
an African
the way in
American would
which
be a problem.
the world has misconstrued the black man and put this narrative out about a black man,
African-American man.
you have to understand that. So when you, because
An African man would not have the same. If somebody bring home a black man from Ghana, most of them black men that live in America from Ghana, they family got money. They know their lineage. A white woman take him home, it's probably gonna be a little bit less problem than if she bring a nigga from the west side. It's
I don't think they care. I don't think they want her. I don't think they want her dating no black.
It's just like
person.
if an African bring home an American, any African American, it's like they brought home a white person. I've dated African too.
I don't know if it's compared to a white person, but it is compared about you being.
I'm gonna find every clip. Damn, I wish they was more together. White man, Chinese, African, Chinese. Hold on, just my own clip. Look,
I've been
how many?
single for 7
All right, I
years.
know you've been single, but give me every nationality that you have dated.
I have dated Chinese. I have dated Puerto Rican. I have dated white German. I have dated African. When I say African, I would have to say Ghanaian and Nigerian. I know I've dated Moroccan. Moroccan. He's considered.
Then you went on
he's
dates.
Afro-
You went on dates
Moroccan.
with 2 other white people besides the Germans.
Yes, I've been on dates with two. I dated white men when I was younger.
So let me ask you this: how many different languages do you speak?
I can speak a little bit of French because most African men speak French.
On the west side of
I
Africa,
can.
yep.
I
That's
can
all
also
right.
speak a little bit of Arabic because of the
Kayfa
Moroccan.
Halaka.
Like tu hashtik
Kayfa
bizif.
Halaka.
He would say, "I miss you so much." Tu hashtik bizif or shikran means thank you.
Ana
Shikran
ahava
means-
elian.
Yes. That's you.
La.
hmm
La.
Like
What is la?
La, I don't know. Like I don't
No.
know a lot.
That means no.
I know that.
Hey, let
Makeba-
me. Here's this is my daughter. Hold on, let me ask her if she ever dated an African. Petey Lee,
Darn it.
Peter,
Hello?
would you ever date an African?
Like a black person?
Yeah. No,
someone
I
from
mean
Africa?
somebody from Africa.
I mean, I don't really care who it is. As long as they're nice.
As long as they what?
They're nice.
You my daughter. You say no. You understand? You on the podcast, Pete.
The African I dated on like a lot of these African food stores.
I'm about to wrap up this podcast. I love you, babe. Okay. And you need some money. That's what you're calling.
Well, no. Well, it was Taylor. She paid
What?
for my food. And
No, my bad. All right, I'll send it to her.
okay.
All right,
Call me
you.
back.
All right, I'll call you back. Love you.
Love you too.
What a good little girl.
Mhm.
She said, "Yeah, how politically correct she is." She didn't know she was on a podcast. My daughters are politically correct, even though, like, just in case.
Even though they're your daughters.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
playing.
I'm like, what the hell is y'all
I'm
talking?
just playing.
If
I'm
you
just
marry an
playing.
African, she said, "I don't care if they were nice."
Well, maybe she just doesn't care. You know.
I should ask her if she married
How old
a
is she?
Chinese person.
How old is she?
She is 16.
I used to think like
I taught her to get her
16.
license. She got 100 on her driver's license test because of
But
me.
she's going to school with Africans.
She ain't going to school, no
There's
damn
probably
African.
Africans.
What school does she go to?
That
All
show,
white school.
I'm not talking about that
All
vibe
white
because
school.
he would try to find my daughter, you know.
Oh yeah, we don't want that. No.
Nah,
My
But
daughter
if
is
she do
smart.
go to an all-white school, then
I got
she
one
will
daughter
be
that
more-
goes to Ohio State, though.
and she's more inclined to date a white man.
Huh?
So I don't think I could date
That's
a white
not
woman
happening.
because I am too pro-black.
What about other races?
Like I'm too pro-black.
That's
to
how I
date any
feel.
Other race. Like
I don't think they'll be able to handle me, deal with me.
defend my significant other.
I agree.
And it wouldn't be deliberate. It would be like how we was talking about earlier. I say some stuff, and it'll just be offensive to her, and because
I don't
No.
feel like I can't be
She
pro-black because I
The woman
You
that
can,
you
but
dated,
he
the
said-
woman that you dated that would be white, she would understand not the
She'd
whole
be pro-black.
plight, but she would like support you in everything that you would
No,
think,
she
and
say,
then I
and
wouldn't
do.
want to date a black. I wouldn't want to date a white
You
woman
worried?
that has never
Another one bites the
dated a
dust.
white man. Like, you know, I wouldn't want to date one of the white women that be like, "Oh, I ain't never been with a white man." See, I'm
Because
very
that's her
You
dream.
You want a pure.
I would want to date a.
You want a pure.
No.
I just wouldn't want to. I don't think I would.
No, because then he's thinking she's dating him because of him being exotic and him being this, not because of him. I agree with that.
the white man. That's how the white men are thinking of you.
Honest. Like,
Now that you dated a white
man.
man, them other white men don't want you now.
No.
Now that
it's-
you
I-
dated a
it's
white
lot-
man,
it's
the
a lot
other
of white
because you
men.
got to be pure.
It's
That
a
ain't
lot
what
of
she
white-
said,
it's
right?
a lot of white
He said he
men.
want a pure
Like
Switzerland.
if I was to put, if you go on a date,
He wants her to not to have dated other white men.
other black men.
No, did you say that?
Black man.
other black men.
Like if a woman, like these white women out here that
He don't
be
want a
like,
white woman
I
to
only
act
date
black.
men.
And
You
know
would
what?
want her to have dated a white
I would want a
man.
white woman that only dates black men because I feel like a white
No,
woman that
what'd he
only
say?
dates black
That's
men.
what he's saying. Is doing it
It's
for
fake.
the. Yes, I
He
agree.
wants a white woman who has not dated
I don't
black
want a
men.
white-
No, that ain't what he's saying. He's saying
I don't
he
want a white
wants a
woman.
white woman who has dated
I
a
don't
white
want a white
man.
woman.
He
I
don't
don't
want.
want a white woman. I'm just telling y'all. Why y'all keep saying I want a white woman? I don't want a white
Hold
woman.
on, Dr. Huggins. What type of white woman do he want?
He wants one that has been.
No!
That has dated other black men.
He
It
said,
has to be only have white meat. So by the time she gets it out,
right. It's goddamn it a big difference. You know what I'm saying? All right. We
Y'all are
understand
crazy.
exactly.
We gotta go. I gotta go.
I'm like, where's y'all?
All right, we got it.
Why
You
we gotta
just
end
go.
with that?
How
Oh,
you
we
just
are.
get up and leave anytime
Cause
you
we
feel like
about
it?
to, we about to.
All right, man. We love everybody, y'all. We gonna see y'all next time. It's been 4 hours,
We're
man.
gonna end on you dating white women.
We
I don't want to date a white woman. I want to date a black woman.